into that Sova v Sky in the final 53 seconds of the round.
Oh, that TP onto Sobi, that's gonna pressure this Raze out pretty largely as Poro's kind of caught there. This could be the time, honestly, for them to force A. As you see, they're kind of split all the way across the map. Hunter's Fury's gonna come in. It's gonna go through the teleporter. The Poro only takes one shot. Now BB has kind of just given away where they are, and they have the spike. This is all over the place, and there's only 30 seconds left.
Yeah, 30 seconds remain. Zobi is going to double blast back over B side to try and get into CT, trying to rush toward the A side to clean up what is being planted from Wayne State. But Woj waiting, the patience, the silence, sitting so still I didn't even see them. They find that kill. Here comes Peach with an attempt of their own around the far corner, puts down Taunt, and is going to be able to put down BB. That's going to be SUNYP putting away the second round.
That was just indecisiveness across the board. I think that teleporter play from Poro was really what's the deal. Just standing there and holding that position, forcing them in hookah. Zobi didn't really know where to go, and you could see like kind of the panic of like blast packing through the defender spawn there at the very end, not having their weapon out, and the rest of the team just not moving quick enough. So some miscalculations there that didn't add up, and the math does not lie here. Wayne State, they lose this, and their economy is not going to be good.
Yeah, I can't believe SUNYP's been able to clutch these, and not even clutch, they've been able to very aggressively win these 2 rounds in a row. Wayne State, however, they're still up by 2. If they're able to win even a single round, they steal that momentum back, right? They can get in the mental, they can ruin the economy of SUNYP, but I feel like SUNYP's been making very few mistakes in these last couple of rounds. The only players that have gone down have been getting perhaps a little bit too aggressive. And now we see Munoz getting quite aggressive, but they knew they had that pocket change to boot. So back up to 124 HP. A blind fire. Here comes a showstopper from Peach. And it's not even going to be able to find anybody. Gunshot puts down Zobi in the same breath. Taunt finds Poro. 3v4 in favor of Wayne State, turns to 3v3 in the blink of an eye. Taunt falls. Here comes a very aggressive plan from Wayne State just in the corner of A site, and that's going to be great because that guarantees additional credits moving into the next round, either whether they win or lose.
They have a resurrection online for Wayne State. I thought that's what they were trying to go for the wall. Yeah, they did not use it. I think the wall was a little bit too short. Maybe it was more just to go for the plant. That's a snake bite that's not going to go where you want it to, or a poison orb. But this is going to be the Viper's Pit right on top of the spike.
This is a courageous play. This is a bold play. The Viper's Pit, I don't think was a necessary ultimate, but hey, if it wins you the round at the end of the day, more power to you, my friend. Munoz also falls, and it looks like that Viper's Pit's going to make all the difference. There goes the 5th and final member of Wayne State. SUNYP, they're going to be able to secure that 3rd round win. I want to explain a little bit. It sounded like I was being very critical of that Viper. I think that was a winnable round without the Viper's Pit, but in this situation, you're down. You might as well use it to win, right?
But the way they used it was so different than I think you or I were expecting.
Yes,
usually when Vipers
100%.
use it to just sit in place and wait. They used it as basically the cover of Nightfall to just move in undetected. And also they had, that Viper has an advanced sight just like Reyna does in her Empress. So there she was able to see exactly where that Sova was. Then they just kept moving into showers. They took that elimination as well. And then even if Sin had won that fight, that spike was getting diffused. So very great play. And his economy is completely flipped, and it looks like we're very close and probably approaching a 4-4 tie.
A 4-4 tie would be great. I'd love to see this go all the way. We both want to see split. I hope we get to that point in time. We're seeing Wayne State. We're starting really strong. We were 4-0 at one point, and now SUNYP, they've woken up. Jake Sneck is going to be able to find that first kill onto Zobi. Munoz with the Marshall again. Gets put down by Poro in the same breath. It's going to be 5v3 now in favor of SUNYP. Wayne State, they're not playing poorly, but it feels like they're playing 2 steps behind SUNYP here as these rounds progress.
And this is something that we saw from Wayne State before. Remember, both games, they got 4 rounds. And if my memory serves correctly, it wasn't like a hot start and then they just completely like burned out. It was kind of a mix of hot and cold rounds. But the biggest thing is when you're losing rounds, you have to find ways to get some sort of advantage going forward. And that mostly that's getting eliminations and losses, so that way you keep heading into that economy. At first, they had that first round, second round that were okay, and then they were able to pick up steam. But since then, it's just been 4 mostly flawless, here actually flawless rounds that have completely flipped economies. This is a buy for Wayne State, but now they're in the same position as SUNY Poly was before, which is you lose this, you cannot buy and then your economy is going to keep snowballing where it goes from 1 round save, 1 round buy. It's not what you want.
Yeah, if you can't buy here, your economy is going to be in shambles. Truly a great nade already. Zobi takes a bit of damage, forces out that heal ability. I think it's got, what, a 45-second cooldown on it? So even though they get healed up, it's still able to dismiss that cooldown at least for a little while. Munoz and Sin going to be able to find 2 players on the side of SUNYP. We hear the Hunter's Fury making that appearance as well. Looks like it's not going to be able to find much in terms of damage or kills, but it's opened up a little bit of space. However, it has given away Gutshot's location, and it looks like Wayne State's going for that rotation onto B site.
A huge lead, though. They do lose Sin, which means all deaths are permanent. No more res. Zobi's very weak. That's now twice we've seen Zobi not with their weapon out in the middle of a duel.
Yeah.
Gutshot's been found out, but they have really good positioning, and they have the teleporter to escape.
I think Zobi's making the same mistake I often make when I play this game. They're thinking more about speed, trying to get to the fight as quickly as possible, instead of thinking, wait, what if somebody else isn't in the fight right now? You know, it's that mindset of, like, help the team rather than, like, am I going to make it to the team? Now we're going to see Gutshot, though, with the 3rd kill. I would love to see SUNYP turn this around just because of how aggressively it started in favor of Wayne State. That would be an insane flip, kind of blink of an eye moment. It could be a great opportunity. However, I mean, Wayne State, I would say 2 of the strongest players they have left alive. They've got the Cosmic Divide as well. If they're desperate for a spike plan, we talked about this, they're desperate for creds, right? Maybe you commit that Cosmic Divide just to really shake up your enemies. Not going to be able to find Gutshot, and with a 1-tap, puts down Poro as well. Wayne State, they're going to be able to win that one.
Some miscalculations by Wayne State, but they still get the right answer at the end of the day. I was worried it would be like few rounds ago where they had the numbers advantage, but then they just waited for too long because they were being pressured from that teleporter. This time, even though there's some great plays coming out from Gutshot, who is really just running it down for their teammate. 14-6 and 5. Just a really good individual performance right now. They decide, you know what, we're not going to take that duel. We're just going to run back to A. There was a potential there for maybe Poro to get some great guiding lights that get flashes and get kills, but Wayne State, they stick together, and they're back in the driver's seat, at least for the time being.
They commit that Blade Storm early on. That's going to be a bit of a courageous thing to do. That's pretty much how Jets love to play this, and misses every single one. It's going to be BB able to save Munoz's life there, down to 30 HP. Ultimate down the drain. Taunt finds Jake's neck now. Wayne State, they've definitely found their momentum. They're looking to find it once again. Poro puts down Taunt. However, the damage has already been done. Wayne State, 2 ultimates, one of them being that resurrection. SUNYP not an ultimate in sight. They're going to have to win this one. They're in square. Poro goes for that primary fire, but can't pick up that damage quite yet. Gutshot with the double bounce. Takes out Munoz, that critical HP jet. Poro with the courageous hero play of a lifetime. Zobi there to put him down. Sin commits that resurrection to find Taunt. It's going to be 5v4 Sin. Puts down Gutshot, and there's Zobi with that 5th and final kill. Wayne State putting that 6th point on the board.
And that was a very impressive round from Wayne State after falling off the wagon. Here, they do lose quite a few, but I was thinking that resurrection has to come out now. It's not even necessarily about the extra body to secure the ground. It's about keeping your economy healthy. If one less person is, that means one less person who has to buy. The person who is in respawn gets bought by someone else. Everyone gets credits. Everyone stays happy. And now the economy from SUNYP that we were just talking about, how it had been built up and how things have been swapped around, it's going back to was at the beginning. It is starting to fall apart once more. And the way they played that, they were just completely split. I was a bit worried because they were half in showers, half playing from A long. They made it work. The showers actually worked as a great distraction. And the Hunter's Fury, they thought that Sova was alone. Well, there was someone there to protect them, and they got a very important elimination because of it.
Okay, here comes Munoz with the operator, looking for another, I think you kind of just talked about that, an important elimination. If they can find either the Viper or the Astra, those are kind of the two to make space. Whether you know somebody's there or not, they can get in your head, kind of deconvince you to engage. However, I talked about this earlier, I'm not particularly fond of the operator on this map. I don't think it's a bad choice, but I do think there are better choices, especially when playing Jet. You don't get that same like shoot dash combo kind of situation that you get on other maps. I feel like in this one, you miss one op shot, you're probably just going to get rushed down and taken out. However, Munoz, a very strong player up to this point. I really want to see what they can do.
I'm not a fan of the operator on attack at all, but I'll wait for that thought as Zobi's about to walk right into Jake.
Oh boy, oh boy,
See if
oh
they
boy.
can get anything more.
Yeah, Zobi really just walking into these primary fires. Jake Sneck is going to take out Taunt. Almost falls, though, in the same breath, down to 49 HP. Puts out a smoke to escape, rotates the corner, and misses that shot on BB. However, does not miss the kill. Waiting for Sin to peek the corner, goes for the wall bang. There's the tap, and it's going to be Jake Sneck with not quite the ace. Let's see if they're able to make it. Munoz is able to find gut shot in that breath, and there's Peach with that final kill. And a map as close as this one, you are not going to wait to let your teammate get that ace. You are going to take that kill if you can get it.
Yeah, absolutely, because you do not want to give up your life just so they can get the accomplishment. If it happens, that's great. That's awesome. But as great as that is, you know, it's better a round win where almost everyone gets to stay alive, which is certainly what they are able to achieve there. To finish up their conversation about the operator, and it's a big part of why they lost that round. It's very hard to peek into the angles that are here as an attacker. It's hard on any map, but because of the way this one is designed, with kind of those awkward corners going into more straightaways, you're just not able to line up your shots in time. And you saw there, they tried to push in, they couldn't get anything done, and now that operator's going into the hands of SUNYP.
I want to see if they're going to do anything with it. It looks like they don't even need it. Poro is going to be able to find Zobi once again. I'm so curious how that happened. Is it the same mistake we've seen so many times up to this point from Zobi? But I guess we'll never know. It's going to be Wayne State keeping that player disadvantage. They're really struggling on these primary engagements. And I'm worried for them because I don't think they have a defense-based comp, right? I don't think it's, oh, they're on the wrong half. They're going to look better in the second half. It's just that SUNYP, they're really starting to give Wayne State a run for their money.
It is even, though. That Jet pretty weak, but Peach on this gigantic flank. Will they get there in time, though? The rest of their team is falling.
It's going to be SUNYP. I mean, they're just finding these eliminations. It's like, I said it earlier, I want to say it again.
Last player standing.
And I don't know if I'm explaining it. They're 2 steps ahead of Wayne State, right? It's like Wayne State's going to go for a flank. Oh, somebody from SUNY is already waiting on that corner, waiting for a flank. It just really seems like this team is a couple of steps ahead, and those steps have made all the difference. Now we're going to see if Sin can find themselves a couple of steps ahead. Peach with the slow rotation, and Hookah here with the op. But unfortunately, looking in the wrong spot. It's going to be Jake Sneck on the corner. Forces Sin to use that heal early. Here comes that triple engagement. They just have to collapse on box here. That wallbang finds some damage, but it's not going to find the kill quite yet. There's one, but we will not see 2 or 3. Peach finds the Sheriff kill. SUNYP tying up the game at the half.
And that blast pack that came out from Peach actually might have helped get that elimination for Sin, but it does not matter. Those ultimates that were online, not going to be used, but they still get the round win. And, well, all things are even. I have to say, that's an advantage, I would say, for Wayne State in a way. I don't think this is a very attack-heavy side, so the fact they're able to get out 6 before all is said and done going into this halftime is pretty good. SUNYP, the second half of that first round, really were able to dominate it for the most part. I mean, you look at the difference of the tie at the half mark for that, it's 4-2. It ends up being 6-6 before the actual halftime comes through. Talk about a momentum game. It seems like they have it, and their composition, I feel like, actually works out very, very well for the attack. It's really just, can the Sage from Wayne State counter them? Can those slow orbs on the wall get them away, keep them away, stop them from entering a site?
Speaking of stopping them from entering a site, Zobi now going to be doing that classic raise nade right at the start. That usually doesn't do much, but it does, you know, if it gets a hit marker, if it scares somebody off, that's some great information. A great shock dart as well when nobody's in the right spot. Taunt takes out gut shot early, who must have had the spike as well. Poro the next to go down from Munoz there in showers. 5v3, Wayne State, if they win the pistol round, they are statistically expected to win that second round as well. So maybe they can make this an 8-6.
It's looking like that's where we're going. That second round almost guaranteed. Bonus round is where it gets shaky, but if Jay can do something here, could turn a tie. Gets a headshot onto Munoz, but able to stay alive. And now Zobi has come as the cavalry. Peach just take out Sin. I mean, this is just all over the place.
It's unbelievably chaotic, and that's probably going to be the reason SUNYP can find an advantage like this. Is nobody's able to, excuse me, Wayne State is able to find an advantage like this. They're playing in like clumps almost. It's like 2v3 or 2v2, or it's very interesting to see what they're doing. Peach now going to be playing the corner, puts down Munoz, 1 HP, and somebody already knows he's in there. Zobi does find that kill with the Sheriff right click. Jake Sneck, 24 HP in a dream, but the knife is certainly not going to win you a gunfight, my friend. Wayne State going up 7-6.
And it is super chaotic, but I think the biggest thing in all of that is that SUNYP, they do get the spike plant, so they lose the round, but they will get a few bonus credits for that. They could actually force here. Is it worth the risk? Absolutely not, because you were only 1 round behind at this point. If, you know, if it was a 9-3 game, 10-3, then you consider going for it to stop, you know, any sort of momentum that's being built up by Wayne State to try to catch them off guard. But here you can play it safe. You can play for your bonus, which, well, it didn't work out last time, but this time it could. And that prophecy of the round lead that you thought would come through, it's looking pretty realistic here.
The Spectre buy from Wayne State is going to be the one you expect to see in this round, the second round after Pistol. Like you said, SUNY Poly forcing here. I don't see any reason that would be a good idea, so I'm glad to see they didn't. Sin and Poro in a very patient firefight here, but it's going to be Munoz who finds that first kill with the Marshall. Here comes a second. It's Sin on that down tap to Poro. The high ground is always an advantage when you're that close. It's going to be Wayne State already up 5-3. You can't save, right? You've got pistols. You might as well go in, look for eliminations. You can probably win the round if you play this correctly, if you play this carefully. And I think a smoke here and showers would be the great way to start that off.
I feel like most teams just play this like it's equal footing. You know, you want to play safe, you don't want to play sorry, but when you have classics, just run it down. 5 people against, like, you know, 2 Spectres, you can win that out, or at least trade equally. You're really just trying to do as much damage as you can, but no damage is being done, as that is going to be another kill from this Jet player. The Marshall has been one of their favorite weapons to use, and we see why. Now time is running out, and so is their health pool on the side of SUNY.
Yeah, that raise cannot be more than 15 HP. We've seen Gutshot do some pretty wild things, but not with a Pistol v Spectre matchup like this, and that wasn't too wild. Munoz there in showers, able to find 4 of the 5 eliminations necessary, guaranteeing Wayne State that 8th round win. But if you're SUNY Poly, you're not that worried about that loss, because like I said, if a team wins the Pistol round, they often win that round as well. Now SUNY Poly, this is their bonus round, in quotes. This is a round they are expected to win, but if Munoz keeps hitting shots with that Marshall, this is going to be a tough one.
If you want to find something there, you can't, unfortunately, because you just fall behind so early.
Right.
But this is your time to shine. Gutshot, it's not bought a weapon yet. They have enough, and I'm wondering... We'll have to see if that actually comes through, but looks like they want to win this round, so they want to win another round that they should lose. They don't want to give up the bonus. Yeah, great Trailblazer. And that's because they're using the Blaze Storm here, so you see they're committing, but P just gets headshot him immediately.
They're committing darn near everything. There are quite a few abilities committed onto taking out that Jet, but like I said, she was the reason I was scared for this round. She's gone. Marshall's gone. You know, you are ready to walk into this engagement. You've got the 5v4. Zobi in a great location, though. If they don't overextend, if they play it a little careful, they can wait for somebody to approach.
Taunt. Trying to find something. Zobi does see that there's someone in showers. Despite this advantage, SUNY Poly, they're playing this very carefully. And you mentioned a great thing, is that the Marshall actually last time was what got them ahead in this bonus round at the beginning. Taunt able to even things up. That Marshall's gone, so really your main worry is off the board, and yet now you've lost someone and it's equal fighting power.
Yeah, it is going to be that 4v4, and you may have a firepower difference, but like you said, it's equal in fighting power. This is going to be that even player matchup. Gutshot trying to save a teammate there, but it's going to be the kill onto BB Peach, able to take out Sin in that same breath. I had no idea how Zobi survived, not Zobi, I'm sorry, I had no idea how the other Rays survived that double blast back into sight, and it's going to be Gutshot putting down Zobi on the Rays. It is a 1v4. It was such a close matchup, and then all of a sudden, SUNY Poly really found their footing. That is the round they're expected to win. The question remains, can they win the next one? Can they tie the game up once again?
And this is where all things are even for the first time with the full buys. That time they did kind of what I told them to do the round before, just run in. That time they did, and they had the numbers advantage to start with. They had the firepower advantage. The rotation wasn't there. And you see what they did was that they divided and conquered. They just took kind of 2 pathways, left and right, found kills on both ends. From there, that point was theirs for the taking. Not much Wayne State could do then. But with this Operator coming out, as well as an Odin, there's a lot of firepower. And I would say even more so on the side of Wayne State for the defenders. And this Operator, this is when it's on the defense, this is how you want to see it. It's looking down A. As I say that, actually, this Jet's rotating towards B, maybe.
I think you're spot on, though. If you are using an Operator, it's got to be on defense here. On the offense, it's so much harder to engage. You can see the corners are seemingly impossible to peek because it feels like somebody's already watching you when you peek one of those corners. We're waiting now to see if the op makes a difference. It is the most expensive gun in the game by a mile, and I want to see if it is going to be the difference maker Wayne State wants it to be right now.
Can the difference maker be there? Lining up the shot. See, there's so many people there. Oh, they find it. It's going to be the wall bank, too. They find another now as Poro caught out there with that little bit of recon. And they do get the bunny hop away. It does hit them in the leg, so not the end of the world for SUNY Poly, but that's the worst person to get hit because Sky cannot heal herself. She can heal everyone else up, but that damage is permanent now.
That permanent damage makes a world of difference, and it feels so minimal, yet it can make, you know, that colossal difference. Sky, you know, unfortunately doesn't have, actually, very fortunately, can't heal herself, because if she could, my goodness, the character's broken enough as is. Sin able to take out Poro. Gut shot finds one. Jake Sneck finds another. BB's got the Odin. I have seen some terrifying things happen in situations just like this one. Let's see, BB goes for the spray and pray, puts down Woj, takes a little bit of damage in the process. That's huge, though, because that guarantees Wayne State that numbers advantage for the remainder of the round.
It does, but look at how the defense is holding.
They're going to collapse on them.
Yeah, they're going to try at least. They're trying to find them out. I don't think they realize right now they are in Cubby. That's a lot of damage now to both of them. Just going to go for the defuse.
No, the shock dart. Oh, it hits Zobi. That's kind of huge, but not big enough. Cannot find the defuse kill. BB puts down gut shot, and Wayne State, they go up 9-7. I think that round was very pivotal for SUNY Poly to win, and losing it there is really going to hurt as we get into the latter rounds of Bind.
And I don't blame them for trying to take that farther away angle, but once you throw the shot darts out there from where you are, it's just a giveaway of where you are trying to hide. So immediately, that damage, it does come through. It gets Zobi down to 1 when all is said and done, but they get to live, and they get the round win too. So you have to be really careful about how you play certain situations like that, trying to stop the retake there. They couldn't. Economy, though, is good enough still for SUNY Poly to buy here, so they can still avoid double digits for at least a little bit while longer. They're going to have to get through this wall coming out first.
And that wall kind of gives that mild awareness, right? It kind of gives away somebody's around the site. They're getting rid of the wall. They want to engage through that opportunity. Sin gonna play it slow in the corner, and Peach not looking the right way. Poro, though, is gonna be able to find that kill, tie things up. Once Support takes out another, here comes some Seekers, ready to make an appearance of their own. Munoz puts one down. Zobi with the nade kill onto Poro. As a raised player, I always love to see those. BB, that spray and pray makes a world of difference. Once again, Taunt finds Jake Sneck, and a round that felt so winnable for SUNY Poly immediately just ripped away from them. Oh,
the
neat!
Team Ace. Yeah, you
Love
and I
those.
talk about this a lot. And Ace is, I would say, the more exciting play because, you know, you're watching one person take the team and put them on their back, but the Team Ace is just something you see so rarely. Everyone gets a kill in the round, and that's just like, you know, it's just teamwork. How else can you describe it there? It's really just everyone making the dream work.
It is just so much fun for no reason, too. I get a kick out of it every time I see it, and I'm glad we saw at least one of them. I hope we see an ace, though. Like you said, that is the more entertaining as a spectator, but when you're watching, it's like a team ace. You're like, oh, neat. You know, you don't see those super often, so it was very cool to see one of those. And Munoz maybe setting up the team for another one here, possibly an ace of their own. Woj, I feel like you just got to stop going showers. I don't think Munoz has lost that fight more than one time.
Looks like they might get another one. Actually, not able to connect.
Took
the
no
shots
damage.
There. Yeah, that was basically just like, hey, you stay away. All right, you stay away too. And they both just backed up in solidarity. But there are ultimates, and I was actually thinking Poro with this Bucky could do a lot of work. I feel like if there's anyone who could do an ace on the side of SUNY Poly, it might be this guy. But this angle they're holding, they're ways away from the fight. That wall might force a B rotation, and that's exactly what's happening. I think Poro realized, hey, there's really no one here, but just kidding. BB is here, and that Odin is still doing just a lot of damage to the property.
BB, I just really hope SUNY Poly is learning the lesson that this is BB's third round in a row doing that. So hopefully they aren't just walking to the same lineup every single time, but it looks like they are changing things up. They're going to give us that rotation around to A. However, they're walking right into a sage wall and Munoz's crosshair. So Munoz takes out Jake Snack, makes this a 5v3, and lives to tell the tale. Might be able to find another one. The spray and pray from Peach just won't cut it. Doby takes down Gut Shot, and the round comes to an end. Not a team ace, but a flawless. This was 8-7, and now Wayne State are only 2 short of walking away 13-7.
did force out what I believe was a showstopper at the very end. I'll have to double check. No, actually, no, that was not. Okay, I don't know what I was seeing then, but there was no showstopper as they are about to get that ultimate. So to say that's pretty good if you get the showstopper out when there's only one person left alive. But no, you didn't really get anything out of it. I think you got one elimination from that round when all was said and done. Beyond that, it was almost an ace for this Jet on the side of Wayne State. Couldn't get it, but what they do have is 11 rounds, only 2 more needed. Most importantly, that Resurrection, the most important ult in the game, in my opinion, is there.
Absolutely. We're gonna have to be keeping an eye out for that old taunt.
What?
Munoz there. That was certainly something. That's all I can really say about that. Woj is gonna be able to find that counter kill taunt. Takes out Poro and Zoe with another nade kill. Oh, SUNYP, I hate to say it, they have really fallen apart in the latter half of Bind.
And one thing we haven't even mentioned is that this was a rematch from the 3rd place matchup in last season's playoffs, and it was actually SUNYP taking that game, and it looks like Wayne State, they got to deal with this Viper still, but they win this. They were only 1 round away from starting their revenge tour. There it is. Taunt gets 3. And Wayne State now on round and map points.
Match point.
I just can't get over. I've mentioned it, I think 3 times in a row. I can't get over how quickly this turned against SUNYP. This was a team, it started a little bit rough, but I was so impressed with their ability to bring it back. And then Wayne State, we swapped sides. I even made the comment. I was like, I don't think Wayne State's a defensive-sided team. I was very clearly wrong. They have come out so unbelievably strong here. They have won almost every round since the half swap, and this is going to be the last one. They've got 3 ultimates to make the magic happen.
I agree with you. I said myself, I think this composition that SUNYP has is very good for attack, but you got to combo the Viper as well as the Sky, and, well, the Viper's gone, so there isn't really much you can do there. That was a Viper's Pit, too, that no longer exists for you.
So I am by no means blaming Jake Sneck as a player. I just don't think the Viper pick was a good choice. I just think it was unusual, it was unconventional, and it seems like SUNYP might not have this comp as polished as they want to at this point in the game.
Polished or not, Zobi again caught without their weapon. That seems to be the story. But that's going to be Taunt taking it right back. Taunt, though, might be running into another person. That could have been great for Poro if they had caught them in the astral form, but instead they still get the kill. Anyway, the Resurrection is still there. Sin is slowly, though, making a very aggressive play through B Market. And this reminds me of, I want to say, the pistol round from the side swap. Yeah, this is just all over the place. This is super chaotic.
Chaotic's just been the name of the game so far. Truly, it has just been such an unbelievably sporadic matchup between these teams. And, okay, there's a sporadic firefight. Sin goes down, Munoz falls too. I love what's going on here, but I don't think BB is going to be able to 1v3 this. And if he does, I don't know. All right, now we're good. The wallbang kill from Poro does come through. SUNYP, they live to tell the tale. They have to win the next 4 rounds in a row without dropping 1. They've only been able to win 2 rounds in the previous 8.
It's winnable, though. They have 3 ultimates. They didn't use any there. And they are chipping away at their economy. This is a bye. But after this, for Wayne State, they actually cannot afford to go for a full bye next round. So you win 1 here, you basically get 2 rounds unless a thrifty round comes out for Wayne State. And like you said, you still have those ultimates. So if you rotate and use 1 at a time, find that advantage. Stop Wayne State from using theirs, especially stop them from using the res. There's a very easy way to get back into this. Well, easy in theory, maybe not in actuality.
Yeah, easy on paper, but there are a couple of things that have to happen that are a little bit harder to make it work out. We're gonna see a firefight making an appearance here. Peach trying to pick up some action. And again, we're looking at such a sporadic lineup that nobody's in a duo right now. We've got 10 individual players just spread across Bind, and it's really going to come down to these 1v1 firefights on who walks away with a round win here. SUNYP, all 5 of these players have the weight of the game on their shoulders, because if when one of them goes down first, that may be the nail in the coffin for SUNYP on Bind.
That's the Cosmic Divide gone, so if you wanted to get some separation on the point, cut off sight lines, now you can't. So one of your biggest post-plane ultimates down the drain, and this Ultiberator, it's still up, and it's still running, and it's gotten 2.
Oh, that is going to have 2 turn to 3. Munoz's operator, making me eat my words. I was like, I don't really like the op on Bind, and Munoz is over here showing me why. Maybe it'll work on the occasion. A great nade, though, is going to force Jake right into Zobi's line of fire. 4v1. We've seen some great plays from Gutshot on this Sova, but a 1v4 with an operator on the enemy team is going to be a tough fight to win. Zobi with the game-winning shot on Bind secures that first map win for Wayne State.
And I agree. The operator, not so great on Bind as a whole, but if you are going to run it, it's pretty good on defense if you can set up in time. I feel like generally you'll see it either set up in a heaven, looking at showers, or it'll be on that truck that's right next to lights, and it's looking down a long, or you just have it back on B. There you saw them looking at B long, and just it seems like everyone was lining up for them. It was a shooting gallery there for the Jet for Wayne State, and their redemption tour, their revenge tour from those last playoffs now against the Wildcats. They're finding a little bit of momentum, up 1-0, and that second half, very one-sided.
And I'm a little scared because BB not only locked Sova on Bind, brought out the Odin on Bind. Now, as everybody knows, Ascent is basically made out of bad glue and cardboard. So every wall in the freaking map is wall bangable. So BB right now, I mean, this could be huge. This player could have a colossal impact if he continues to utilize that Odin wall bang play style.
Well, it turns out Italy, it's known for its fine food, but maybe not its craftsmanship, as those walls can be shredded by an Odin. But before we get to that map, we're going to be taking a short break, but don't go anywhere, folks. We're going to see if the Wildcats can bounce back or if Wayne State can put this revenge story to an end. See you at the end of this break.
Comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground and the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents, and now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 Classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing!
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground and the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar. I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out to finish this bid. We finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big. Jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big. The only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. ECAC Esports. We got Valorant. It is going to be a one-map advantage already in favor of Wayne State. But moving into Ascent, I mean, this is a whole new map. We're going to be seeing, well, I don't know if we're going to be seeing whole new comps. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of the same agents. But there are probably going to be a couple of swaps here and there.
Yeah, I would say if you're going to run double duelist still, there's probably no Raze. Probably going to throw in a Reyna there instead. Or a Phoenix. Phoenix actually has, in my opinion, started to kind of climb back into the popular duelist pool. We'll see if it actually comes into focus. I know you and I have seen quite a bit of Phoenix play elsewhere. Yeah. But, you know, this is ECAC. You kind of live in a microcosm of your own league. So who knows if it will show up here. I just want to say that, you know, our producer asked if we're ready for this, and I am absolutely ready for this because it's a Ascent map too, and I think you will be in the same idea of me, the same mindset when you realize seeing it as the second map is such a better viewing experience overall.
Absolutely. And I mean, this is going to be that action making an appearance. I would love to see a Phoenix here. I play Phoenix on 2 maps when I lock that duelist role, and it is Ascent and Fracture recently. I've been really trying to make him work there, but I feel like this is a really good map for Phoenix, and I'm a little upset we're not seeing him. Zobi, though, locking the Raze, I don't think is a bad choice, but it's a situation where I think there are better choices, and Sky is certainly a better choice.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know what the best choice of all is? Well, it's Lenovo Legion, because it knows you play to win, to stand out from the competition. You need equipment that matches the speed of your thoughts and actions. The Legion Y25 monitor delivers wins in the toughest, most critical situations with extreme 1 MS response time to its insane 240 Hz refresh rate. The Legion Y25 doesn't keep up, but it does a lot more.
You know what's even crazier than that, Jag? The Lenovo Legion Y25 is built for those engaged in vast multiplayer battles at the tournament level. The Legion Y25 offers a 24.5-inch FHD IPS panel with built-in NVIDIA G-Sync compatibility. The Legion Y25 monitor is available at Lenovo.com and other fine retailers. Look at that! Perfect for jumping into the game. We have got a Killjoy on both sides. We've got that Jet and Sky
it's a
making
mirror
an appearance
matchup
as well. This is a mirror matchup. I guess I could have just said that, but either way, we're jumping into this. We have got SUNYP, I believe, on the defense, and I'm glad we've swapped off that Viper.
Yeah, no, it was never going to work here. Again, like, maybe it would work on Split. It would definitely work on Icebox, which SUNYP did say is one of their favorite maps, but it was not in the pool. It was banned away, so no chance for that to come out. This is, again, another map that only one team said they really liked, and it actually is Wayne State, I believe.
Oh.
So they're probably feeling pretty good about this. I don't remember which one was their pick, because again, we didn't get to witness the draft, so I only had that information that was briefly up on the screen. I'll check with the producers on that to see whose pick it was. My guess is that it was probably Wayne State's because they're on attack. My guess is that SUNYP did choose the defense. But because this is a mirror matchup, we can't really talk about the difference in composition. There's really difference in play style. I'll have to see how that plays out here. And off topic, but I love these ads for Arcane. Like it was on Bind as well. You saw it on that billboard, and
this is Wayne State's pick, by the way. Yeah, you were spot on. So SUNYP, they did show the defense, and I want to talk about as well. Okay, well, let's end this first. Peach with the frenzy, able to pick up Munoz here, and it looks like Peach is gonna look for another one. Tucks the corner for the flash, and is insanely lucky that Sky chose not to engage. Able to pick up a kill onto BB, and Taunt will be the one to put Peach down, though, but the damage has been done. That 3-3 matchup is going to make an appearance once again. Sky and KJ both alive. Astra v Sova. Taunt going to be pushing down mid here toward Market. Going to get into a bit of a firefight with Poro if they choose to continue. However, Poro, quick rotation onto A. Probably trying to go there after they've realized nobody's there to defend that site.
Well, there could be a kill in that rotation. We'll have to see how that ends up on mid. They're about to be meeting each other, and it's going to be Gutshot winning that. So that's one less for the attackers, but the spike is planted, so now SUNYP, they're going to have to make a move onto the spike.
Yeah, making a move on the spike is going to be crucial. Poro drops down, puts down 2 with the help of Jake Sneck, and the spike defuse is going to be able to make an appearance. Okay, let me jump back to that point I was going to make. I want to talk about the fact that we can't compare, you know, obviously comps because of the mirror matchup, but we can definitely compare from the fact of what is considered the traditional, in quotes, of course, meta. We're not seeing that double duelist that feels so super common on almost every map in the game. So how do you think that's going to impact kind of the flow and the play style moving forward?
I feel like the Sky basically takes the place of the duelist in this composition, especially like a Reyna or a Phoenix who have those crowd control abilities, whether it's the Leer or the curveball, the blind, or the flash. And in this case, you have a flash, but you also have the Trailblazer, which does stun you up and kind of makes you jiggle around a little bit so your shots aren't as accurate. Not only that, but she heals. So there's just a lot that Sky can do even with her kit being nerfed a bit. And I feel like even though you don't have as much aggressiveness, you can still initiate pretty quickly. And I think that's what you saw is that the defenders, they just went up really aggressively on Catwalk.
And sometimes, I mean, as stupid as it sounds, sometimes being aggressive is all it takes. You know, your team, the opposing team may not expect you to hold W in that sense, and it can really get you some great action. However, Poro caught out in that wolf form taunt, able to right-click the dome and send that Sky to the Shadow Realm. It's going to be Sin picking up a kill onto Peach as well. Wayne State, they lose round 1, but if they statistically win that second round, they can reset the economy in total.
Yeah, this would be huge if they win this, especially considering the fact that they'd be able to get Spectres for free. And the economy gets very wish-washy. It gets very chaotic if it's a 1-1 like score. Like, there is no bonus round. It just goes out the window. But they still have to deal with this Ares, this Spectre, and they don't have to deal with Woj. Woj now taken out of the equation by Zobi.
Yeah, Woj. Zobi, with the second Marshal of the round, I think we saw one of the hands of the Jet on the side of SUNYP Poly earlier. Taunt, able to find Jake, and Taunt puts down Gut Shot as well. The thrifty round win. Probably going to grab that Airy. No, okay, sticking with the Spectre. I didn't see they had one there. So, Wednesday, they are going to tie up the series 1-1. They've got the fire rate advantage, and we're in a situation where SUNYP Poly can buy, but just like last time, I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah, this is what I meant about it being very wonky, because this would be the bonus round for Wayne State after losing the first one, but instead they're just going to stick with what they picked off the ground, despite the fact that they could buy here if they wanted to. They won't. SUNYP Poly, they could equal this. They could try to go for Spectres of their own. They don't want to do that, and it seems like this next round we're going to have the Vandals and Phantoms finally coming out. If Wayne State decides they want to buy into it, they could decide not to spend next round and just continue to build up the economy if they win this decisively. So it gets very, very hectic, and I'm already pretty bad at math, so counting numbers is not what I want to do here.
At least we've gotten to a point where we can admit that, right? I mean, we're both pretty bad at math, but I can definitely tell that 5 minus 2 is, of course, 3, which is the remainder of what SUNYP Poly has on the board here in round 3. Wayne State, they come in hot, they hold W, they find a couple of crucial kills. They almost find that Sova as well, but not quite. Sin there with the jump scare of a lifetime onto Poro, but old poor Poro will be taken out by Munoz here. Sin with a bit more of an engagement. Gut shot falls to BB. Here comes Jake Sneck trying to save the day. He picks up one, but will not pick up another. BB will find that kill, and Wayne State goes up 2-1 on the set.
They do. They now have a decision here. Do they decide to buy into this? I mean, one person will have to buy again no matter what. It looks like they will. Okay, so this is where the show really starts here. Essentially, it's like Wayne State won the first round with the scoreline and how it ended up.
Yeah.
This is now the equalizer potentially for SUNY, probably where they could get back to 2-2. But Gutshot is not getting full armor. On the other side, the Jet is not getting a assault rifle. They have enough. They're sticking to the Spectre here, which is really interesting.
They're saving for Ob.
It makes me think that's that, and they also are probably going to play this much more close quarters. They want to run
I would think so, yeah. If you're going to allow a teammate, or if you're going to engage with a Spectre, okay, well that didn't work out super well. But now we've got that 2-2 trade. BB picks up Jake Sneck, and I really like the aggression of Wayne State. They literally just held W through choke, and they were able to go in. They found a couple of kills. They lost a few, but they came out with numbers on top, and they get those additional credits for the spike plant, whether they win or lose this round.
They use the Cosmic Divide too to create separation, but Woj is getting so much value here, falling very low to Sin. This is super winnable now for SUNY Poly.
100%. Sin has no idea that Woj is picking that slow rotation on the corner, but Woj loses track of Sin all the same. There it is. Poro puts them down, and like you said, SUNY Poly looking for that equalizer. By golly, have they found it. 2-2. Jumping into this next round, I still think both teams can't full buy, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's 'cause the economy gets so weird and crazy because of how those first 2-3 rounds played out. Operator will be
There it is.
afforded now. So, I mean, we talked about this. I do think it's a little bit better on attack for Ascent because
I think it's much better here, yeah.
there's mid, so you can peek that a lot easier. But still, it's very risky to just kind of blind peek that, not knowing where we're going into. Well, they're lucky because of SUNY Poly, the rounds they've won, they do have less credits overall, and it looks like Peach will have to stick with the Blade Storm.
Sounds like the Munoz might agree with you, though, Jack. They've swapped to a Phantom.
Yeah, and I think that's the right play going into this because it means that maybe your team can buy this fully, and you'll be able to afford yourself something, or if you live, you can buy for someone else, as opposed to being down pretty badly.
Yeah. That's the danger of committing an op this early on, is if you lose it, if your team loses the round, your economy's doomed for 2 or 3 more rounds. Now, Boro takes out Zobi, but Taunt finds the counter kill. Munoz picks down Peach, and now it is a 4v3 in favor of Wayne State. Once again, we saw SUNY Poly turn one of these around already. Can they do it again? It looks like they are certainly going to try the lockdown, making an early appearance, and here is that Hunter's Fury to dismiss it from existence. The destruction will come through as a third one to boot, but won't be able to find any damage off the back. Woj getting a little too confident. Sin finds that kill. 20 HP will be removed. Jake Sneck with that headshot kill makes it a 3v2. A great gravity well pull, and Jake Sneck has nowhere to run. Munoz puts that third kill down. Wayne State goes up 3-2.
Yeah, and I think a big part of that was they did not get the operator, and I think that was a very smart decision in the long run. If you're playing mid like that, then I think it makes a lot of sense, and you're peeking out right to the right here, or you're playing a little bit more towards B, kind of peeking out on the catwalk. It works out really well there, but the way they played that, the way they took over that A site, it just didn't make sense. A very smart readjustment there. Maybe it was just a bait for us to be questioning it. Maybe it was the plan all along. They get that round win, and now they get the economy from SUNY Poly all the way down. They should be able to take a 2-round lead here on the side of Wayne State.
Yeah, hopefully they're able to, because if SUNY Poly wins this in some thrifty miracle, it's going to reset the economy for the 3rd time. So I would very much like to see a Peach with an incredibly questionable play there, just storming in with a classic. Not going to be able to win that one, and yeah, holy cow, this wasn't even a round. Wayne State just massacred SUNY Poly.
Yeah, it's a bloodbath, and now there is a lone Skywave a Sheriff, and nope, that's just threw out the Guiding Light, and I'm going to run into Sin, and Sin's going to get the kill, and that is a flawless round. So as you see, everyone's jumping for joy. You can't do it much better than that. I actually do like the idea from Peach there. It was questionable in the grand scheme of things, but you got to make something happen there, and that's something that we kind of talked about before, is that they didn't really seem to have that edge when they were saving, as they just kind of sat back and let things happen. That time they tried to take it into their hands. The only thing is, again, you cannot do it solo. Like, that was a great flank.
Exactly.
If there was 2 in market, they could have actually gotten like a kill or 2 there, and that would have made that round much more winnable.
Yeah, and if you're trying to be that impact player, buy a shorty. Stand on choke. Like, go for that 2-for-1 trade. I just think walking into an open site with a classic out is not the way to make that impact. Like you said, I like the idea behind it, but the execution, they're very poor. And now BB giving us that classic Sova's Playground dart. Some great reconnaissance. Not going to be able to find any kills, though. Jake Sneck takes out Zobi. I love those plays. I love the Odin wall bangs on Ascent. They're so common, and they kill me every time. I love to see them. It's going to be Wayne State now in the deficit for the first time in a long time. Jake Sneck tuck and tail the run. They know somebody's on the corner, and Munoz with that slow rotate. Hopefully Jake Sneck comes back faster, but Munoz walks up close and personal, finds 2 out, 34 HP remains. Going to go in for that 3rd kill, trying to win the round for Wayne State once again.
And now they're just going to rotate back. It looks like they're probably going to get that overgrowth, but no, they die. This guy was there. I'm not sure if it was online, but now they're kind of caught off guard here. It's a 3v3, but this plane is completely split. The map's completely split. You see there's a rotation from Taunt in Defender spawn. That means A is completely open, which is huge for them. Now the Sky, so they've actually completely flipped this map, but Taunt has to stay alive here.
Yeah, and Taunt is going to be able to find one. No way, will not put down another. A 2-2 tie-up. I think my favorite thing about saying this guy is if you listen to something we're saying this guy. Like, hey, this guy. It kills me every time. I think it's hysterical. But Wayne State, sorry, that had nothing to do with what we're talking about. I don't know why I felt the need to share. But SUNY Poly, they've got 2 ultimates to boot. I hope they don't use them here. I think that would be a little bit of an overextension. But I know they're in a situation they want to put this round win down. 4-3. The flash comes out from Sin. I don't think it found anybody. I think they reacted fast enough. Oh, a lot of damage onto this Sova here. The heal has to be used. There's the Hunter's Fury. A very bold play. Takes out Sin. However, BB is able to find Woj. The flash might make all the difference. We are already in the latter half of the defuse sounds. 67 HP, and BB puts it away. Gut shot will fall. BB not far behind, but the round win still in favor of Wayne State.
That is a huge heroic play there. BB able to get it done. And I thought, you know, if that spike doesn't get to half, there's no way that goes off. But they were able to hold on to it. So they already had half of it defused. That means that was very, very defusable there for gut shot. Just the timing that, like, at first they didn't peek. I think BB wanted to just avoid and realize, hey, time's running out. I have to go for this now.
Yeah.
So close from it getting defused, but is able to make the save. Their economy is good enough where they can buy even though they lose everyone. This lead is starting to get sizable. They could get at least a guaranteed tie scenario here, if not more, going into halftime.
Yeah, Wayne State, they're trying to make this a quick one. They have really come out hot. Like we said, this is the team we expected to be so excited to play Ascent. They mentioned that to us. They mentioned that to us before the broadcast. And it really is showing. SUNY Poly, maybe they weren't stoked to play Ascent, but the reaction, oh no, Jake Sneck wasn't even in a hiding spot, just stuck in that back corner. Peach does find taunt, so an immediate trade comes through, but you really don't want to lose a KJ like that. All her util on site is now gone. All the same, Spike is planted. SUNY Poly, they're just in such an uncomfortable spot.
So is, I would say, Wayne State, though. You cannot play it all this in the back of Boathouse. They're losing numbers, and this is going to be a huge thrifty round.
I want this, Sheriff. I just decided that. I do want this. BB, though, showing me why the Classic is better. Peach is going to pick up that kill, and SUNY Poly, they're going to win it. But this is such a weird game of Valorant. I feel like nobody's running the traditional play style. Nobody's running the traditional setups or lineups or anything I expected going into this. But Wayne State, whether they play conventionally or not, they are looking good.
It was that first pick that they got, SUNY Poly got on Wayne State, that Astra taunt falling. That was really just the golden opportunity. They were able to pick up only one Vandal, but the way that the site is played, the way that A can be, it's just so volatile because everyone just expects you to be at the back of Boathouse. It's very hard to hold on the actual site because it's so, I would say, small compared to most sites, and also you don't have the high ground. Everyone is staring down at you. They tried playing corners, but again, that one Vandal that was picked up, that made a world of a difference. It let them run in. And at Wayne State, they could have had something great. They could have had a huge lead, but that might just fall apart here. SUNY Poly might be able to make a comeback.
Yeah, that lead really may crumble. As I mentioned a few times on Bind, this game is unbelievably momentum-based. I think there are very few esports that are more momentum-based than Valorant. And Peach doing that full buy operator kind of thing, I think they had 350, 250 credits left. So if SUNY Poly loses this one, I mean, their bank account's going to pay for it.
Yeah, and you know, you're trying to invest in stonks, but you might have a drop in value if you continue to drop rounds like that. Peach does have this operator now, the first one that I believe we have seen here on Ascendant. This is usually the setup you'd see them here, the enemy attack operator on the right, but it looks like this might be a blind peek, and it's going to be a peek into death.
And what a powerful player to take out. Munoz has been such an impact maker. A little more on Bind, but definitely has not dropped the ball on Ascent by any means. Very strong up to this point. Peach found an incredible kill. Now you're in the scenario. I say get to heaven, get to A heaven, and just stay there. I think holding these funky corners is a very dangerous thing to do, and now Taunt has moved into sight entirely for free.
It's fit real estate. The question is, can they capitalize on it? They have Hunter's Fury, too, so if Wayne State is able to get onto this and plant, it's huge, but they still have to deal with Peach, who is just making it their own.
But hasn't done enough.
Yeah, it's equalized. This is actually perfect now for Wayne State.
Yeah, things looking so good. Oh, they dropped the spike play. They have to go for it again. They have just enough time. Oh my goodness, Peach is a moment late. A day late and a dollar short, as they love to say. It's going to be that spike plant making an appearance. SUNY Poly, one away. Jake Sneck able to secure the round win. I feel bad for Peach there. A moment later, and Wayne State would have lost via timer rather than via spike diffuse.
That was, I don't know why they stopped going for that.
I think it was a misclick or something. It had to be.
It must have been, because that seems like
that could have lost them the round.
Yeah, I think it did, honestly. I feel like that's a big part of why Wayne State lost the round, is that they didn't get it down quick enough, and because of that, it just allowed Peach to jump in. And sure, Peach does get traded, but it's enough for them to be able to enter the site. If Peach gets there, like, you know, after the spike's already been planted, after they're both up and ready, that's probably not a trade. That's probably just Peach throwing away their life for the cause, and then SUNY Poly having a very hard time getting back in. It's just that one misclick there. It's going to cost Wayne State the round, and I mean, can they even buy here? It looks like there's a Marshall, so no, this is going to be a bit of a save.
not only can they not full buy, but that operator is in full swing right now as well. So they have no idea where Peach is at. Well, now they do, but Peach has a great line of sight, is able to get a lot of damage there, and some KJ util has already been committed. No way! This feels personal for some reason. BB with the dart into Hunter's Fury. Peach finds the kill onto Sin, so SUNYP, they still have that advantage. Jake Snack helping out even more. Zobi falls. There goes BB, and Munoz doesn't get to say a peep before they meet the Reaper. That's going to be a 5v5 lineup. SUNYP, they've tied it up once again.
It looks like we could be going to a very similar score to what we saw last time. This could be a draw after halftime, which is pretty incredible because, again, it feels exactly like last night. Like you just
literally
said, like,
identical.
Yeah, it was Wayne State starting off pretty hot, and then they started to fall apart. They were able to grab it back after the halftime swap, but that's not guaranteed. They still can't buy. This economy has been in so much shambles that this is essentially the round being given over to SUNYP unless they have an amazing thrifty run, which we did see on round 2. That's how they got up to that very weird economy start. Now, at least they're going to do some damage to Peach.
To be fair, I will admit, slightly easier to thrifty on round 2 because best case scenario, your opponents have Spectres, which obviously have worse fire rates and worse damage, so on and so forth. So this thrifty is going to be harder. It is going to be notably so. So we're really going to have to see what is brought to the table from Wayne State. They lose a player early, so things already looking mildly to severely bleak. If they can find 1 kill, they can equalize. 2, they can obviously take the lead, and that lead is a necessity to win this and at least tie things up at the half.
Can they get there, though? They do get a kill onto Gut Shot. So it is a 4v4. The ultimate, though, are also in favor of the defenders. There's just so much right now working for SUNYP.
Yeah.
And they still can't take out this operator.
Peach just got the op, and I don't want to say single-handedly, but has had a very large impact on the way this game is turned around. They saved for the op. I even made a comment. I was like, ooh, 250 credits. I'm not super comfy with that. But they have shown me. I mean, tried and true, this op may have been all they needed to turn this game back around. However, when we swap sides, you're not going to have that op, you know? So we may see SUNYP fall into that same struggle from round 1. Game 1, excuse me.
And it's better to use the attacking op after the side swap here, but... Well, that's just a round win for SUNYP. To finish up my thought, it'll work out better here, but if that's like your main win condition is just have Peach pop off with the operator, it's not guaranteed. And this is interesting. Okay, so they want to answer this. This is the last round, so the economy's going to reset no matter what. They really want to shut this down, and, well, what better way to deal with an operator than another operator?
No, nothing deals with an op like an op, right? I mean, it looks like, yeah,
right,
Munoz
boys.
and Peach are going to go toe-to-toe. I usually say, you know, in some other first-person shooters, I say trying to beat somebody in their own game is a dangerous thing to do, but Poro has the backup op. No way they're going for the doubles. Munoz brings out that shorty all the same. Peach waiting on the corner. It's Peach who finds it. The op battle ending already in favor of SUNYP. Wayne State, they've got to be kicking themselves after that one.
Kicking themselves, and this looks like... Unless they can take out this operator, it will be a lead. And they just cannot stop. Peach is on a rampage. How can you stop this Jet player? A rampage. Oh, yeah, I like that. Just a little bit of cringe. Enough cringe to make it good.
Just enough to make everybody watching go, ah. But I had to say it was right in front of me. But either way, SUNYP, they are here. They are here to win at this point. A lockdown, that feels desperate for me. That feels like a move of desperation. They want to make sure. I think Peach is going for the shot onto the lockdown. They are going to miss it. Unfortunately, I think nobody's going to get caught, luckily enough. But that still, of course, opens up the site. The Hunter's Fury now from Gut Shot finds some damage, but Poro's the one cleaning up the kills. Sin has a long road ahead of them, and it's the turret from Jake Snack that wins the round. SUNYP, we have to remember, we were thinking, oh, is Wayne State going to get a guaranteed advantage in the half? No, it's SUNYP that ends with that advantage.
It all goes back to that one round. Back on, I believe it was, I want to say, looking at this 1, 2, 3, 4. It was about round 8. That's when things really started to fall apart. It was just...
Yeah.
You could see there, even when they had the buys, like, they just were not playing those sites well. They were getting plans, but then they weren't playing. I really, it goes back to the misplan. That one play has really, like, I mean, there's a lot of ways you get there. There's a lot of ways you can lose after that. But that one play isn't really a setup how that half went. Just not giving themselves enough time to actually stabilize once the plant came through. They couldn't stop the retake, and they couldn't really stop anything once that happened. Now they have a chance to stop this attack, but they're going to have to deal with this Trailblazer.
That may be the best example I've ever been given to tell an audience momentum. A single moment of losing momentum has theoretically possibly lost them every single one of these rounds we've seen so far. It's going to be BB, though, really able to open this fight back up. Finds gut shot. Woj falls. Poro will fall as well. And effortlessly, it seems, Wayne State is able to win that pistol round.
Yeah, and it's pretty effortlessly right there. They just kind of hold on to that B site and they never let it go. So that is a good way to get back into the swing of things, to try to start building up some momentum of your own. You cannot let what you did to SUNY Poly happen to you right now. If you want to continue on this momentum train, you have to take this next round. It's still going to give the bonus round up probably the other way, but it's something to start working on. One round, I mean, it's just simple numbers. It sounds really ridiculous saying it, but like 1 round differential is a lot better than 2, because it means later on, if you're trading consistently like that, the idea of getting to overtime or just winning straight out is much easier.
Yeah, I think you're 100%. It sounds so simple, but at the same time, it can make such an impact on the game, on the series even. And Munoz making an impact of their own, finding Poro, the second player from SUNY Poly, to fall. Wayne State, I mean, this is a round they are to win, so we can't be too surprised. But winning 2 rounds in a row, if you've blinked, if you've blunk in the last 45 seconds, you've missed this tie-up.
What can you do as the attackers right now? You're able to maybe find a kill onto the jet, but you can't take out taunt. You're just kind of waiting in the lanes.
Player standing.
Yeah, well, no, I don't even get one there. You do get the spy plates. That's actually pretty big, because that is more credits for next round. It means that you can probably buy a few abilities with your full buy. But other than that, I mean, if you can find this jet on the other side, then it works out really well. But
yeah,
no, taunt,
no way.
Taunt gonna get 4. Wow.
Taunt not with the ace, but by golly, with quite a lot of damage there on the lineup. That has been another flawless, I think the second of the half already, right? The pistol round was a flawless, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, 2 in a row, which means their economy is going to be looking really nice, which is, you usually don't see that high of a number, 3,700, after you win 2 rounds in a row after the side swap, but that is what they have. Allows them to buy some more stuff while still being safe to buy next round, but it is going to be SUNY Poly who can go for the full buy with a little bit of extra credits laying in their bank, but I think this is really the test. I mean, this is supposed to be SUNY Poly's round, right? If they win this, it's kind of at the normal. But if Wayne State can take another bonus round away from their opponents, just like they did on Bind, it again just completely shifts the tone of this game.
Yeah, I think you're 100% spot on. Taunt there is able to find Peach early. Peach has been that impact player, that pacemaker, if you will, for SUNY Poly, and now they've been removed from the engagement very early on. Poro and Gutshot trying to make up for that lost time. They get a numbers advantage by 46 HP, but that can make the difference at the end of the day. Wayne State, they have to rotate into A. We could see a possible spike plant come through. I would expect to see it. It's basically free for the time being. BB goes for that spray and pray, gives themselves away in the process. Sin, though, finds Woj, and that is a huge kill. Tied back up at that 3-3. It's the same players on both sides. We're at a 3-3 matchup. Zobi finds Poro. SUNY Poly around starting so strong, could be ending so poorly.
Overgrowth coming out from both sides now, but Gutshot still has the better weapon, finds one. There's only one left, and that is going to be what exactly I just said. That's going to be the momentum shift, and you can tell BB can feel it. Just kind of letting their mouse go fly in there. That's a feels good moment for you, and seems like you're going to have a huge lead going to the half. You actually are disadvantaged, but that's 3 rounds in a row after the side swap.
This feels identical. I'm almost convinced that we're watching the same map. They just reskinned Bind during the break, because this is seemingly identical to what we saw the first time around. And SUNY Poly, they crumble on the second half.
You do. I'm not sure what it is, because this is the opposite, I think, of what we had last time. No, actually, I think this is the same. I think they just started on defense first and then went to attack. So it might be just that they're a better team on defense. They feel more comfortable doing that than in the attack, but Gutshot gonna be peeking out their head there.
Oh, no. SUNY Poly losing somebody so early is crucial. Munoz has to tuck tail to run, but BB's there to clean Peach up in mid. Already a 5v3. SUNY Poly, they had their footing ripped out from underneath them, and then they might as well have just had their feet broken in the process, because they have not been able to take a positive step forward since.
Basically said, hey, we heard you like operators. How about we let you see what it's like to be killed by an operator repeatedly?
Yeah. How about you hang out on the losing side of an op battle for a little while? That's really how this engagement has begun to feel. Woj, though, getting the spike plant, A site left wide open. That's going to be great. And Jake, no way! Flash to Jake, still finds that headshot kill. BB finds the cleanup, however, and Wayne State, all they've got to do is clean up one for Astra Soul. Already on the defuse, Wayne State going up 9-7. They have now won 4 rounds in a row.
BB says, you know what, I know this round's over. I can just go for the defuse. I don't even have to help my teammates clean that up. They do lose one, which, again, like I said, I think on Vine, losing one in a round where you know the opponent's saving isn't the end of the world. Sin can still buy. Sin is doing really well overall. I would say 13-0 currently. But I would say this is where it becomes close to the last stand of SUNY Poly. You're thinking, well, why is that? It's only 7-9. It's not too far out of hands. Economy. Look at the economy right now of SUNY Poly. It is not stable whatsoever. Peach, the top fragger, has to commit to a Guardian currently.
Oh,
and they only have 50 credits.
And light armor.
Yeah, and light armor. So they lose this, and it's going to go to double. It's going to go to 11-7, essentially. And then it's just going to be so close to being over. And oh, the peak around the corner. What was that?
The peak into a re-peak. Like, that wasn't even the first time. They were like, wait a minute, and they went back and still found the kill. So just... I mean, best case scenario, everything that has happened so far. Peach does find a kill with the Guardian, which is not something I feel we get to say often. So credit where credit is due. I mean, you found a Guardian kill. That's more than I think I'm capable of doing. But still, that Guardian kill might not be enough. We are going to need a lot more action coming out from SUNY Poly. They've got a numbers advantage, but I don't think we're playing a numbers game right now. This has to be a round win. I think you're completely right. I don't know if SUNY Poly can turn this around.
Peach barely getting out of there. Has to use both up traps there in the tailwind. Spike has been planted to take out Peach.
Scanning ahead.
There is a lockdown that Wayne State could try to commit here. There is Hunter's Fury on the other side to cancel it, but that might be actually a good thing, is if they know where that Sova is, they can try to find them out.
They could also collapse on him from heaven if they put the lockdown in that classic spot where they were hanging out right now. Okay, so yeah, there it is. They're going to follow through on that plan. Gut shot, though, far enough away, so this is actually huge. And hits the Killjoy! Oh, goes for the kill, but goes way too far on it, unfortunately. Jake's Neck is going to be able to find BB. Zobi finds the counter kill. 2v2 lineup around the corner, getting aggressive. Zobi will fall. 2v1, is they going for the defuse? Yep, going to go for that defuse there. The spray and pray comes through, down to 73 HP. We are in the latter phase of the explosion, but SUNY Poly, they win the round, and they make it. Oh, no! Woj will fall. 9-8. SUNY Poly, though, they won the round. That was their saving grace to stay in the game.
Yeah, they are staying alive, and I'm not going to do the song, but I think you can imagine what it sounds like.
I thought about it, too. That's funny.
Yeah, so, I mean, the air economy is good enough to buy again, except for Peach. That's okay, because you got the Blaze Storm, so, like, whatever. You do get the Operator out of the hands of Wayne State, but then they still have enough to buy another one, so that really is kind of the worst-case scenario for you after winning that round. But you were able to take them out last time because they poked very aggressively. They were just looking around. So we'll see if, again, they get punished for that aggressive play style.
Nobody immediately aggressive. We've made it 10 seconds into the round without an elimination, which I think is a current game record. There has been so many immediate elims in this series so far, and Woj will be the one to crack this engagement wide open. A great opportunity here is going to move forward for SUNY Poly to win this round, tie up the series once again, and Peach misses every knife. Oh, maybe he landed one of them? Okay, landed a knife, so it's a 1 out of 5, 20%, but still, that's going to hurt. SUNY Poly had a lead that was just immediately taken away.
Revealing area.
Oh, and I was going to say, I was looking at that. There's a perfect shot, but Gut Shot able to win the duel switch. Again, this Operator is offline.
The op being taken offline is going to be, I don't want to say a best case scenario, because I think there are better ways to turn it around, but still a positive situation. Hunter's Fury coming out from BB is not going to be able to find much, but in the process, Zobi puts down Poros, the 3-3. Not quite perfect. We're looking at an Astra v Sky, but the KJ Sova in that matchup. Zobi with the 3K. The ace still available. I'd love to see it happen. We're going to get caught out by the KJ nade now. BB on the corner. Oh, they have got SUNY Poly trapped.
Overgrowth as well, so everyone is healed up. They have to peek this at the same time. They cannot walk in one by one. Recon pulls out, but they lose one. Oh, Zobi can't get the ace, but they do get the round win. Sin able to put them away. And double digits are achieved for SUNY Poly. The biggest thing is there's still a light. There is still a way back in because they were able to win the round previously.
correct. It looks like I may have
Alright, Septilence is unfortunately roboting a little bit here. He's having some internet connection issues, so hopefully we are able to get him back into the swing of things soon. I'll keep you updated on that. In the meantime, I'll do my best to solo cast. Live production, isn't it a fun time? Well, Wayne State, pretty big advantage here. Septilence, are you back yet? I'm hearing you, but it's not sounding super great, so I'll let you rest your pipes for just a little bit longer still. Bladestorm committed by Wayne State with their ult and weapon advantage at the ready. Things are looking very good for them unless something falls apart on their side. There's still a lockdown and a cosmic divide, a great 1-2 punch if you try to go to point A and use them at the same time is exactly what it looks like as that alarm bot is triggered. Now the march is on. There is only Zobi here, but Zobi is able to win that 1v1 as no one else is pushing them in. How they get 2, they get 3. The Nano Swarm is getting another. This could be the ace they were denied last time. No, it is not. It's that Jet. Nunez comes in, gets 2 with the Bladestorm, a flawless round, and now we're only 2 away from the victory coming through for Wayne State. And it's just an update. Septilence is trying to reset their internet in the meantime, so unfortunately they might miss the end of what has been a great performance from both sides, but it is not over until it is over. A buy is going to be coming through for SUNY Poly. And BB does have that operator. They had mentioned, the team had mentioned to us previously that this was their weapon of choice. Again, not exactly when you see in the hands of a Sova because they don't have any escape abilities like a Jet, but nonetheless, they're going to try to make it work. Firing into that B area, not finding much. It's going to be Woj actually taking out their counterpart Taunt on the other part of the map. Now Peach able to catch up BB, but isn't going to get the kill. Trades come in and galore, but Wayne State's still at the deficit of them. Overgrowth going to heal up this Sova as Peach continues to just run. Trailblazer might catch them, not sure. Flanks on flanks. Munez also try to get in on the action, trying to push themselves as Woj is still holding that back angle. All the while, this spike has been planted. This reminds me of quite a few rounds we've seen in this game. They just don't ever really seem to go the way you think they are. It's all over the place. BB knows where Peach is, and so does the rest of the team. And is able to take out Poro. Sin able to take out one, but it's Woj and Peach there to find the last remaining kills. And it is 11-9. Wayne State still leading for the meantime, but their economy is not just bit into enough. They can still buy fully here. It really seems like SUNY Poly is the one on the back foot despite a great round win. The good news for them is that they didn't use any ultimates there, but they also didn't get anything out of Wayne State, so just a bit of a reset. It's like a +1 for SUNY Poly, but nothing else really was lost or gained on either side. See what the attackers decide to do here. Looks like a split approach here. Looking towards A for the most part, trying to take that mid control, but Munez back on the operator. It looks like BB's days are done with it, but Peach gonna find that kill onto the counterpart. Jet's gonna leave that operator behind, and Septilence, are you with me once more?
Hey you, am I?
You are.
Oh,
it sounds
I'd love
like you
to hear it. Okay, anyway, wow, things are all right. Not much better than when I left.
Wayne State, yeah, okay, things are still looking a little bit bleak. BB going for that Odin wall bang into Shock Dart. I think gonna find a little bit of damage onto Woj there. Sends up the second one. He's gonna find both again. Okay, not great, not the best, not the worst, but gut shot. You can't peek that. Guys, you can't peek that. Oh, BB01 picked up a double kill, and that, I think, secures this round win. Jake Sneck is going to have to do the impossible. 46 HP, has the spike. Do it. Tucktail, book it to B. I think that's the best case scenario.
Has a lockdown, too, so there is a potential scenario where they can 1v2 this. It's really all about timing. I don't think this is the mid push you want, but it is actually forcing 1v1. So you find the headshot onto Sin. Could be big, but we'll see how this ends up.
Nope, Sin's waiting. Oh, Sin misses! No way. No way. Oh, what a crucial shot to miss. That's going to be amazing, though, for SUNY Poly. I still think they need to plant the spike. They need these credits for the additional round. And this Sova, he's hanging out in spawn right now. He is nowhere near this. You've got the lineups. You're KJ. Get in Boathouse and stay there.
Doesn't look like the KJ, though, has any abilities online. No nanoswarms coming out. Oh, there's one, actually. It is being used for nothing. Both of them taking a bit of damage. Lockdown could be used to bide some time. Maybe you're probably thinking, oh, they are in Boathouse, but no, you don't actually think that. You could lose this.
Oh, let's
You
go!
do!
Oh, that was so hype for no reason. Oh my goodness, that was awesome. Jake Snack, I said, had to do the impossible and followed through on just that. By golly, what a play there. Coming out from the KJ, I know comms just popped off.
That is an absolute momentum shift. That is...
You could
SUNY
force
Poly
OT.
basically taking the game back into their own hands. The economy for Wayne State is gone, and I don't want to call it any individual players, but I'm just going to say this. If you're in a 2v1 and you're not an operator player, just don't pick up the operator.
Very true.
There's no reason to go for that in that scenario, and because of that, that might cost them the map.
You're spot on. You are 100% spot on. If you are not 1,000% confident in your op gameplay, do not pick it up. It is not worth it. And perhaps they were confident. Perhaps Jake Snack just got crazy lucky, but you know, either way, hindsight is 2020, and SUNY Poly there 1 round away from tying it up 11-11. They could win this 13-11. They could tie this up 12-12. They could force an OT. Who knows? Either way, this next elimination, or rather this first one, is going to be the most crucial. It's Taunt who finds Peach, and it's so much less crucial because it's immediately traded. So now, that 4-4, 3 ults ready for SUNY, 2 on the side of Wayne State, and Sin giving away their locale in the process. Poro finds Munoz, and that is going to be phenomenal. SUNY Poly, they're on top of this for the time being. They've just got to play it safe.
Seekers coming out from SUNY Poly. They really want to secure this round. They did lose 1, but they're still up in number as the Seekers just continue to push Sin out. This is interesting because this is still winnable for Wayne State, but they're also getting pushed on every side. But they do take out Poro.
That is huge. I don't think Poro expected anyone to be there because the Seeker didn't go off, so Sin was able to dodge it out. Jake Snack has that A-site lock on the long with the Odin. Okay, I think they're in really good position to play this hard defense. Gutshot just needs to not get momentum stuck. The defense, KJ makes an appearance. Seekers as well. Here's the Hunter's Fury to dismiss it. That could be huge. The follow-up from Woj, though, takes them both down. It is in the hands of Zobi, who is ripped apart by Gutshot. 11-11 tie-up here. Next round doesn't win it all, but gets you as close as can be.
Yeah, and we'll have to see right now. Wayne State, it looks like they are going to buy here. So this does really actually feel like the last round of the game. The one thing, though, is that SUNY Poly, look at their economy. Poro cannot buy. They're going to have to be bought for. So they lose this. Whoever loses this here is going to have a very hard time getting back to this. It's going to be less bad for SUNY Poly. They will be able to buy a little bit more. But this really does feel like the last round on this map. Whoever wins this is almost guaranteed to win this. And I got a question. Why you're double peeking an Astra into an enemy Hunter's Fury? That seems like a bit of a miscalculation.
I'm not going to disagree with you in the slightest. Did anybody use a Cosmic Divide while I was gone?
I do believe there was one. Yes, there was
okay,
one
I was gonna say,
on the
we
side of
I haven't
Wayne
seen
State,
any
I
yet.
believe.
Okay, I was gonna say, I haven't seen any yet, so I'm glad to hear there was at least one used. Both are on the table right now. Doby takes out Peach. Wayne State, they've got the player advantage. They've just got to keep playing it safe. Gutshot goes for the plant already. That could be huge here, even if it's on A side, even if it's impossible to defend. You get the credits for the next round. You could tie it up and force an OT. Whoever wins this, though, like you said, might just have it in the bag.
Well, there's your wish. Cosmic Divide comes through just as the defenders are there, and Sin gonna be very aggressive. Actually gets the trade.
Yeah, an incredible trade. You think SUNY Poly be ready for that, but Gutshot ties it up in the numbers. BB finds one, Poro puts them down. Jake Snack finds Zobi, and Taunt is now the sole survivor. Needs to find 2 kills through a Cosmic Divide. Oh, they're both up right now. We're in a little box. I didn't even notice that. This is going to be a tough one. Goes for the defuse, and Jake Snack in the corner secures that round win. Wayne State, they need to win the next one to force an OT if they want to take this series 2-0.
What is the possibly worst way to approach dropping off high grounds? Doing it 1 by 1, and that is exactly 100%. What Wayne State did there. It was very hard to win that. Let's just say that. Because of the position they put themselves in, because they were taking high ground and they're completely zoned out, they were kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. But you could just rotate to tree. You could rotate and try to go for low ground instead. But they kept pushing that. They used their own Cosmic Divide there to try to cut off the archway. And they just were not able to be on the same page there because of that. SUNY Poly, they are on map point. But if Wayne State is able to pull this off, it is going to go to overtime.
That overtime could make all the difference. Munoz starting strong, a great headshot, dash into wall, classic Jet gameplay, but misses 4 of the knives immediately after. You hate to see it. 1 knife left. I mean, maybe you go for a right click, but I don't think that's gonna do you well.
That's not, and neither is losing taunt. Hunter's Fury, though, does knock up one. Can it hit another? Only gonna land that one arrow. And that's like Hunter's, the Blade Storm now coming out from Peach, who did take that first arrow to the knee.
Arrow is gonna be a great start. BB finds Peach, so Wayne State, they now have that player's advantage. Blade Storm is alive, even if it's just one blade, and oh, that dart can make all the difference, giving away the locale of not one, but two members. However, BB missing every bullet, by no means their own fault. That was just the spray of the weapon. However, Woj looking the wrong way, cannot find that kill. A double kill comes through in favor of Wayne State. Jake Sneck can't make it happen. We are going to overtime on Ascent.
And despite, I feel like I've been very critical of Wayne State, because I feel like this is a game they should have won by now.
I agree.
But regardless of that, they're able to push forward. SUNY Poly able to hang in there, able to take advantage of those mistakes, and it's all back to basically the beginning. You got to win by 2 rounds. Economy doesn't matter, so we're not going to be talking about that nearly as much as it continues to reset. Thing of Ultimates, everything resets every round. Comes down to, can you win out? And again, no composition difference. It's going to be a mechanical and team difference here. Strategy is going to be more important than ever, and already we're going to see some strategy coming out from BB, who's going to stick with that Odin.
I think you made that great point that this is almost entirely based on mechanics alone on which team can walk away with an Ascent win. And if Wayne State wins this, we do not continue. We will be able to call it a night. But if SUNY Poly can somehow clutch this out and keep this dream alive, we will go all the way to split. Munoz down to 28 HP. The nade down to 2. Peach already finds the kill onto Taunt. Jake's in a critical condition as well. The rotation around into Boathouse. Peach finding another. Sin is going to fall. Munoz knows that Jake is close. This is going to be a tough one, especially as Peach turns the corner. Munoz is able to find 1. Will they find 2? Will they be able to make this engagement worth it? The spray comes through. Zobi picks up another. BB finds gut shot, and it is a 2v2 to the highest degree. Moro finds BB, and Zobi is the final member of Wayne State to keep this dream alive. Can they find that coveted 2K?
They're completely pincered right now. Peach going to be looking up top, not going to find anything, but Zobi going to have to win 1v1 and then another one. The spike is down 2. So you really have to go outside, but they're just going to be camping that spot is my guess. Actually, no, they're going to play a bit of an angle. Going to be looking to the left. No, you're not. It's an aggressive attempt by Wayne State, and they get completely shut down by the Killjoy.
Oh my goodness, what an amazing round there. Now we're going to swap sides. This is the match point for SUNY Poly once again. They've got to win 1 more. They've got to win by 2. That is how competitive Valorant works, and now Wayne State, they win this one, we just keep going. So Wayne State, super capable. They got very close. It was a 2-2 there. Wow, look how close these kill counts are as well. That's insane.
They read very similarly. I will say there are more kills on the side of Wayne State overall, but it doesn't really matter when you're in this situation now. SUNY Poly match point. Can you put it down? And it's going to be 4 people walking right into this Astra.
Oh, Taunt finds 1. Gonna get traded out by Peach, so not the worst case scenario, but like you said, you just walked face first into that Astra. I'm not sure what you thought was gonna happen, but that certainly wasn't it. Sin finds gut shot. Peach is gone. Woj tries to save the day, but just a little late. Sin finds that kill, and oh, it feels like we are going to that Ascent overtime. Zobi finds that kill. It's gonna be tied up once again. Reset it, run the clock, run it back.
So I was casting on Sunday for a playoff. And guess how many extra rounds we went to? You want to guess? It was a lot. I'll tell you that. Not as many as the most that's ever happened, but it was what, 12-12. So just doing some subtraction, it was 16 overtime rounds. Is how many we casted in that one game. So it can really go far.
I mean, we didn't go that far, but
fortunately, it sounds like Septilance is dying once more. His internet is not old and strong as he is roboting out. So I'm gonna give him another breather to let him try to figure that one out. Might have to reset his router once more, unfortunately. We'll go on from there. In the meantime, things are back to even once more. Reset, rebuy, full buy every time. Unless you want to go for the operator, then you're going to have to sacrifice some armor. And this has been the slowest round we've seen in quite a bit. Wayne State, I think they realized that their approach last time, it did not work out at all. So they are trying to play very, very safe, and it's going to lead to a very early overgrowth as headshot almost coming in there. The wall, going to see them for a little bit longer. Trailblazer, maybe broken up. Guiding Light as well as the Cloud Smoke thrown in. It's trades, but it's working out for the defenders a little bit more. SUNY Poly find themselves up in a 4v3, now a 4v2. Wayne State, they cannot get a gun on the attack. Able to find a kill on to Woj, but it's only Zobi left alive, and this Killjoy cannot get it done. It is going to be another scenario where SUNY Poly can pull a rabbit out of a hat. They win this. You're going to a map 3 on splits. See how that ends up. Again, BB going for the Odin, which has been kind of their signature pick throughout the series. I think the craziest thing, I know Septons isn't here right now, he's resetting his internet, but if he was here, I'd be saying, wow, look at that. 21 kills for 4 members of Wayne State. All the way across the board. Everyone except BB right now, who still has one of the better KDAs because they've died the least. Enough about fun facts and stats. Back to the action. SUNY Poly trying to claim their first map, and they need this to stay alive in the series. Again, it's this Jet on the side of Wayne State who's being bludgeoned early on, but it's Poro now who's being just blind fired. Woj, though, able to save Poro. The numbers now going to the attackers. To win this, and we move on to defenders right now. It looks like between a rock and a hard place. Don't really know how to hold this. Peach holding very aggressively into market. No one is there, though, to meet them. That was a guiding light being thrown into tree on the other side of the map. But right now, we're still on Peach. And we're not. This Jet trying to find an angle. BB still holding tree. Well, that's Peach now on the flank. Will they be caught out, though? Zobiol just an instant away, but BB is not paying attention, and it looks like SUNY Poly are going to force a map number 3. It's a 2v5. This amazing lead for Wayne State once again is falling apart. And it will be SUNY Poly clutching things out unless Sin can have the most amazing carry of a lifetime here. We'll have to ace out. The only way to win as the last member alive. The spike also playing as the time is running out. Seems like this is just a classic field day. It's flawless for SUNY Poly as they bring it home and they bring it to split. A map that both teams said they feel pretty comfortable on. So we'll have to see how that ends up. And oh, look, Septons is right here. He's just frozen, but he's right here. As we wait for him to come back, we'll be taking a break. But don't go anywhere, folks. Map number 3, the tiebreaker and decider map, is coming up in just a few moments.
Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you, they was blocking the shine. Now I think it's my time to counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents, and now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 Wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing!
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, job that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cards is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 Wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome back. Hopefully, I stick around for map 3. Honestly, I just turned off my router so I can watch Jag's solo cast, but don't tell him that. No, just kidding. I unfortunately have no control of that. I am Septimus, joined by Jag here from map 3, a map that didn't seem like it was going to happen, but then the overtime really ended up in SUNYP's favor there.
Yeah, and you and I touched upon it a little bit before, but it felt like Wayne State, it was theirs to win, and then it slipped out of their fingers. These individual mistakes they were making just did not pan out well enough, and to SUNY Poly's credit, they were able to take advantage of that, and they did not let those opportunities slip away. They have forced this map 3, and this is a map both teams said they feel comfortable on, so this is going to be, I think, probably the best map to date, which is pretty hard to say considering that we just had a map that went to overtime and quite a few rounds deep into it. Yeah, double overtime when all was said and done, I believe. So we'll have to see how this one plays out. I think the biggest thing is, again, like Wayne State, they have to feel the chip on their shoulder because this is a revenge match for them. They lost in that third place matchup in last playoffs. They had it on their, like they could feel it on their fingertips, and then that went away. So the question is, how do you regain that momentum?
I mean, you've got to look at this as a full-blown GG go next. Brand new map. You can bring in a brand new team, and I love this because I'm probably going to see Raze, and I love Raze. I think she's neat. Zobi with the insta-lock as well. We got the attackers, Wayne State, bringing out that girl boss comp across the board. And, we might have it from SUNYP as well. I truly hope so. I think that would be great. Some of the best agents in the game are on screen for us right now. And Munoz with our first Reyna of the evening.
Yeah, this is interesting. This is not where I'd expect Reyna to be. I felt like...
I agree.
Ascent would have been it. I feel like Haven's also going to have... That's not on the pool, though. So really, Ascent would have been the place I expect to see it. And it's a girl boss comp across the board, but different ones. So they both have the Raze. They both have... the Cypher, the Sky. They both have the Sage, but everything else is different. So Killjoy and Astra versus a Viper Reyna. So this is really interesting because the Viper is going to be played as kind of the controller, as an Astra would. Like, you're really using her to get onto points. Her wall and her Poison Orb are set up one ways, where Astra just, in general, has much more, I would say, map control. Setting up anywhere, but she also has less damage of her abilities. Really, the Gravity Well is relying on other people to get that damage. Everything that Viper has will get you very close to death.
Yeah, and I want to talk about as well that we saw a Viper from SUNYP earlier not go very well at all. And not to put pressure on the taunt, even though I know they can't hear me, but if they do not know these Viper one-ways, I think Viper is not a very good pick here. You need to know these one-ways. You need to know the wall lineups, and I can only assume they do to bring Viper out in a map 3. But it's a very dangerous play to be making.
I think it's better than it is on Vine, but we'll see how it is. And just to knock on wood, please do not disconnect. My voice hurts.
I will try. I'll try so hard. I'm sorry. You know I don't want to. You know I want to be here. I got Raze. I got Split. I got everything I could ask for. I definitely don't want to be leaving anytime soon. But Peach had somebody leaving in the blink of an eye there. Found the Sky. Takes the healing offline, or half the healing, rather, offline. And, actually, we didn't even touch down on that. Double healer on both sides.
Yeah. It's interesting because, the Sky AoE healing is heal every day. Can't heal everyone up is what I'm trying to say. But then the Sage can heal up the Sky, so it works out really well because then everyone kind of gets what they want from that. But it also means how can you rely on the actual abilities of those agents? The Sky means a lot of initiation, like those flashes are gone, but they're able to get onto this point and they get a kill.
Oh, and Poro caught out on their lonesome here. It's going to be difficult to turn it around. A great flash on to the Raze. However, Munoz finds that first kill, gets a heal right back up, even if just a little bit. Zobi now is going to be able to find Gut Shot. Yeah, a round that started close. I think it was even SUNYP with that first kill. It's really going to end a little bit more in favor of Wayne State. Munoz takes out Poro, and all of a sudden, Jake's neck clutched once, but in a pistol round of 21 HP, little bit harder to clutch out.
This is one of my favorite clutches of all time. That 1v2 that you and I were talking about during the break. That was insane, but it's not meant to be, at least in this pistol round. It is going to be Wayne State getting that first round win on the board, and very interesting. This play always is fascinating to me. The commit to a Vandal or a Phantom in the second round, it is more firepower, and it should guarantee you an easier round. But if you lose and you give that up, it completely flips things around, and SUNYP could have a great steal of the second round, just like we saw from Wayne State actually on Ascent.
Zobi breaking my heart, though. I saw a Raze with a Judge and had flashbacks to my own gameplay on this map. I think this is such a good map for the Judge, and I love that gun, but unfortunately not making that appearance quite yet. Munoz going to be able to find that kill with the Vandal. I'd say you've got to find at least 2 to make a Vandal in round 2 worth it. Gutshot takes out Zobi with a classic right-click. And now 4v3 in favor of Wayne State. Taunt coming in to clean up off the back of this. Munoz does find that second kill I asked for. And SUNYP, they're expected to lose this one, but they're expected to at least find a couple kills.
Found one. Jake, though, has good positioning. Decides to actually give it up. It's going to be very hard to win a duel between a Spectre and a Classic.
The mega flank
is on high ground. You could maybe be able to do something sneaky, but you see there's a Sky waiting for them.
Are they going to go for the flank? They have a Classic, and they're going to walk into a 1v4. But yeah, like you said, the Sky on the corner, Jake is gonna get caught out here unless the Sky overextends the Hawk. About to make an appearance, and it goes right over. And this is the right click. Sin puts him down with a Spectre headshot. Sends that KJ into round 3. Wayne State finding themselves up 2-0 for the third map in a row, I think. Or no, the first map was 1-1, but Ascent was 2-0 in favor of Wayne State.
It's a lead, and we'll just see if this lead gets extended now. It is the bonus, though, for SUNYP. Full Phantoms. This is very interesting because it does work on defense. I will say that. I feel like Phantoms do have a better place on defense, but this map does have some pretty long sightlines, and you're fighting something like a Vandal, it can be very, very difficult to win those because Phantom more just is trying to find a spray and pray versus trying to hit those headshots. But they still have the weapons advantage nonetheless. We'll have to see if they can make it work.
Peach is going to be holding that high ground, even if just for a moment. We see Woj already getting caught out as well. No death yet, but quite a lot of damage to be dealt. Munoz, speaking of damage, falls as low as 33 HP. Gonna get healed up, and Jake's neck now caught out on their lonesome. Not able to find that kill. BB puts the KJ down, and here comes a possible lineup from Taunt. Let's see if they know these lineups I was asking for. Oh, that's actually a very good lineup.
That is a beautiful lineup, but no one is there currently. The spike is still down on the ground. It was not planted. I think they were killed actually in the middle of trying to plant it. And it's a 2v4 that you're walking into now.
A great lineup, but lineups are not going to win you a matchup like this one. I didn't even notice the spike had not been planted. I was so confident they'd done it, I forgot to look. 2 Spectres left. SUNYP, they are supposed to win this round, and I truly hope they don't lose a 4v2. Poro's Phantom finds Taunt very quickly, and Sin, no abilities, 10 seconds to a hawk, goes for the spray and pray, but gets sprayed down. Peach helping SUNYP win that first round for the team. Moving into this round, SUNYP, they don't really have that fire advantage anymore.
No, they do not, and again, all Phantoms for them. So this one Vandal, I was gonna say actually, it would really cool if they put more Vandals in their hands, because if they tried going for that long distance duel, especially on A, they would most likely win it on the side of Wayne State. Instead, they're gonna try to keep it close quarters as well. We'll just see what they do on this attack. But you see right now where the spike is. It's actually in sewers. And they're going to try to take over mid with it. That's very dangerous. If that spike is dropped while everyone else is going to A, you have no win condition.
It's dangerous, but what a stroke of luck for Wayne State that all of the people watching mid just walked away at the beginning of the round. Peach, though, is going to be able to find Taunt, so a closing elimination. Not the spike carrier, but a great kill nonetheless. That Astra, as you mentioned earlier, kind of the Astra substitution, is taken offline. There's no smokes, there's no wall, there's no engagement. Gonna be really tough to engage. You've got some leers from the arena, but Munoz is gonna be able to find Peach. Takes out Poro as well. Is there a third? Oh my, that was incredible. Munoz takes out Gutshot as well. And now pops the Empress, possibly just insult to injury. I don't really know. Woj take it off. Oh, the ace feels so available, but Jake interrupts that momentum. A 1-to-1. Munoz is gonna be fuming if Jake wins this round.
Zobi, I don't think they're aware. Now they find it's not locked up. And again, the overcommitments.
Did you hear that?
Using that Ray form when it wasn't needed. Going straight into the arms of Jake.
Did you hear that? Munoz's heart just shattered live on stream. I heard it happen.
Deafening. But I just, I'm trying to think of the words to say right now. You don't need to do that. You can just stay in place. Yeah, exactly. And Jake, again, given a gift, and it's a gift they capitalize on. They make the play. They make it happen. It's not like it just fell into their hands, but they're given the advantage on the side of SUNYP, and they make it happen. And now it looks like for the first time early on in the series, they might be able to take a lead. Usually it takes at least 6 or 7 rounds.
Yeah, you're 100% right. We've seen every time SUNYP has found a lead, it was much later in the game than round 5. And they've got the fire advantage. They've got Jake, who has been incredible. Snack, sorry. Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. The Killjoy doing a great job. So that is definitely something to keep an eye on. Definitely the playmaker for the team. Taunt trying to be a playmaker guarding ropes, kind of giving a mid approach, but I don't think that's the proper play right now. I think that's an intentional disruption, so the team pushes in, they're able to capitalize off the back, but Munoz doesn't even get to fire the weapon before Woj finds that kill. That's going to be crucial. That Reyna in the lead right now in kills by, I think, 5.
Doesn't have the resurrection online too. Might be able to get it if they got an orb or a kill here, but even if they did, it might be hard. They do kill Poro, so that's 1 elimination, 1 gun offline, and now they're gonna go in with that guiding light. No, actually they're gonna save it.
Gutshot on the corner, the blast back. I love the idea there, but it didn't work out quite like they needed it to. Woj is gonna be able to find a kill, but Gutshot falls. A great flash on the corner. Peach gets some damage, but is walking into a 1v3 firefight. Zobi puts him down with the second kill of the round. Insane gets to heal that crew right back up. Jake finds one. That playmaker meets a haymaker. Insane able to find that kill. A 1v1 matchup once again. Seeker's out. This is gonna be a tough one for Woj to stay on top of.
finally are able to get a weapon, but they have so low health they can't heal themselves. They have to just basically chase them down.
One bullet.
Disaster might be just trying to hide. Yeah, Woe is just gonna say, you can't kill
Oh no!
me.
Ah! Sin walks right into it. I saw Woj turn around and I was like, yep, they're planting the roots right then and there. That is going to be the round kill. SUNY Poly, first time all 3 maps takes an early lead.
Yeah, and it's a tricky one though, because it is a great round for Wayne State despite the round loss. They get so many weapons out of the hands of SUNY Poly. Only one lives. They get a 4 spy on the other side, and it means that Gutshot actually cannot afford to buy this round, and neither can Jake, who is currently that kill leader on their team, as they go for a Spectre, so 2 Spectre buys. So even with the round loss, this actually feels like quite a win economy-wise for Wayne State.
I was thinking that same thing. SUNY Poly wins the round, but they took out 4 of the 5 players. They almost got that full economic reset. Poro sends the nade on the wrong side of the point. Here comes a showstopper coming in hot. Poro forgets about fall damage for just a moment, and now Zobi going to be engaging from the back. The nade deals some serious damage onto SUNY Poly, but no kills coming through quite yet. Caught between a Sage Wall and a nade. There were a few places to run. Gutshot hiding on the high ground. Not seen. Even commit to slow in the back right corner. That is going to be a phenomenal one at that. Gets them stuck in the lockdown. That can be huge.
Oh no! I'm honestly devastated the wall was broken so quickly because that was a genius play.
Viper's Pit being thrown out as well. Probably isn't even needed. Only P just left. Throws out the Seeker, so it's an ult for an ult. Worthwhile. And all of a sudden, Wayne State, they're back in the game. That was a very, very interesting play with the wall. That could have been ginormous if it wasn't broken. Could have locked them all up, but that wall isn't as sturdy as you might think it is. And broken pretty easily.
Yeah, and it also doesn't spawn at full health. It builds up to it.
That's right.
They patched that a while ago. So as soon as it was up, Wayne State, they were smart enough to tear it right back down, because had they been caught in that lockdown, that would have ended very differently.
It takes time to get to its full health state. So they take advantage of it being a little bit weaker at the beginning, break through it. And, well, they're back in this. Not a lead, but at least it's tied for them.
Yeah, these teams, so neck and neck in terms of talent here. A great lineup from Taunted. Oh, I thought the nade caught the wall, and I was like, uh-oh. But Zobi, whoa! Zobi and BB beat a sheriff. There's a new sheriff in town by the name of Woj, but that sheriff is immediately escorted to their own funeral, taken offline in the same breath. Munoz from the heavens here in mid. Gets it completely for free and finds Gutshot, takes out Peach. We've seen what this Reyna can do, and it seems like they're keeping that momentum rolling all over again. A double leer out toward the center of B site could be exactly what they need, but nobody is there to get blinded. 2-2, the turret setup from Jake, immediately ripped apart by that Viper. This is a careful one. The first team to lose a player will realistically lose the round.
They realize now that Poro is on the flank. They have revealed themselves, so any surprise attempt from Heaven is kind of out the window. And they've completely backed off this point.
I wonder why.
This point has been given up for free, and that actually just allows Wayne State now to run to A. And I was going to say, maybe there's a killjoy waiting for them, but no, they've actually backed out of mid.
Yeah. Jake is a little bit in that mid. Might be able to catch Munoz here. That could be huge. Finds the kill. Now, I think the spike plant still comes through, but SUNY Poly wins the round. And
we might have lost Zeppelins there for hopefully just a moment. What you was going to say is that SUNY Poly probably will still win this round despite spike plant, which does come through to 2v1. Is up to there? Oh, no. Hardened for a moment. Might have just been a delay, though, so... Fortunately, it is back to me now. Taunt now knows where one is. Oh, and they cannot get it done. Sounds like Zeppelin say, I see you moving. Maybe are you there? No movement. Anyway, but there is no movement on the side of Wayne State either. It's a thrifty round from SUNY Poly, and I was looking at that, and I was looking at the economy. Didn't really get to talk about it before it happened. I was thinking, man, this should be a round win for Wayne State. They have all the weapons they could ever ask for, but as soon as that happens, well, you know what they say about assuming. Never assume anything. And Wayne State cannot assume any free victories here today as SUNY Poly continues to battle them. And what has been the closest match I have been able to cast this ECAC season. As I said at the beginning of the broadcast, this is week 7 out of 8. Only one more regular week to go before we get to playoffs. 2 weeks of them to be exact later on. So the action will continue before 2021 is over. Taunt, though, going to take out Peach. In the meantime, it's Zobi Immediately is going to be traded back. BB now going for that wall, maybe trying to find a resurrection, or at least trying to cut off the zip line. It's about trading for the short. He decides that's not the best investment. They're going to be losing money on that. It doesn't matter because as they think about their credits, they are falling around them. That Reyna, who has been so imperative to success, is off the board, and so is Sin. SUNY Poly finally able to extend a lead early on in this matchup. Look at the alt banks really quickly. For the most part, they are even in Empress versus the Cosmic Divide, which might be better for the attackers, as just the Empress really just increases what Reyna can do at her base already, and also helps find out enemies quicker. Cosmic Divide, a very hard ultimate to use on defense, because you really want to use it as an engagement tool. Using it after the spike has already been planted might actually cut off your own line of sight, depending on where you use it, so it's very risky. Both teams also have a resurrection ready to go from their respective sages. Nothing happening early on, though. Just little do-si-do around mid. Peach has to be careful, though. They are caught in a poison orb as the wall immediately is broken through, so no protection there at mid either. In State, they're just trying to find a way in and not really finding much success. It looks like they might try out sewers, rotate towards A. Killjoy has all of her utility there, but that's about it. Not much else is going on the site, just her and all of her toys. This mid continues to be considered. This has been the slowest round, I would say, of the game so far. Nothing has happened, and finally Peach gets into the action, is able to find that first elimination. Guiding Light thrown out onto Zobi. Flash for a moment. Seeker's coming out on the other side, and it looks like Sepulence is back in the mix.
Things are looking good for SUNY Poly. Dang. Yeah, all
They
right.
are.
This is fun. This is almost fun for me at this point. I leave and come back, and things are just way different than when I left, but yeah, my internet company is getting a strongly worded letter after this one. Let me tell you what. Jake is going to come through and find that elimination onto BB Munoz. The one best player to be left alive. Finds one, turns it to two. Might find three. Chooses the Sage instead of the Sky and loses the round because of it. I truly think taking out the Sky there, they could have flicked and also found the Sage, but that would have been wild to begin with. SUNY Poly going up 6-3.
The only thing I'll say is I'm not even sure they knew that the Sky was on the spike. I'm not sure if they heard.
Well, they aimed toward her,
noise.
and then they flicked back toward the Sage. I thought they were going to kill both. They may have missed. Maybe they were looking for a headshot.
I think that's like kind of like an instantaneous thing. Like either you hit it or you don't, and
Right.
at that point, like it's over. So you might as well just try to trade out as much as you can. That's a very hard angle to make around the box. But regardless, SUNY Poly, this is the most dominant performance we've seen from them early on. This is a 3-round lead, which isn't in the grand scheme of things not that big, but they win this one right here. They're guaranteed a lead, and it could be as big of a lead gap as 9-3 before they swapped to attack.
They did also say they were excited to see Split, and maybe this is why. Maybe they knew they were going to come out strong here. Jake able to find a double kill before Sin takes out that Sky, but this is one of those situations where it feels like the damage has been done. Gutshot finds BB, and Jake takes out Sin. This is just a best case scenario for SUNY Poly right now. Like you said, this round, they win this, it guarantees them at least a 2-round advantage going into halftime.
And possibly more. And they also have so many ultimates to use, and they can just play it safe. The Spike, it's not in anyone's hands right now. The Viper taunt the last one alive, but nowhere near where they could find it. And Woe's just going to peek around the corner. Peekaboo. Kill secured. SUNY Poly, this is a side of them we really haven't seen it. It seems like most of the game they've been playing from behind. Now, everything has flipped, and with that being said, a tactical timeout is going to be called in from Wayne State before too much damage is done.
The first one we've seen tonight, unless one happened while I've been gone, but Wayne State going for that tactical timeout. I like what you said. They're doing this before it gets too late, right? If we go, if we go into halftime 9-3, it may already be too late.
Yeah, it's I feel a lot of the time that we see these tactical pauses come in, it's like 11-2. It's just like it's too late.
Yeah.
Like the damage has been done. Maybe you're able to trade a few rounds. Maybe you do make the miracle comeback, but right now 7-3, it is getting wider. That lead differential is starting to fall away from you, but this could be the time when you march back, get those 2 rounds back, then you get the two at the beginning of the side swap, and all of a sudden you're tied up. That's what happened. It didn't happen exactly like this, but they were down 7-5 on Ascent, and then they were able to march back, and I think it was 8-7, and were able to win 3 rounds in a row after the side swap. So we know that Wayne State can battle back, but last time it just wasn't enough. They weren't able to secure it at the very end.
Yeah, we've seen the comeback potential already, but not quite come to fruition, so to speak. And we've got to talk about as well, Wayne State, if they win this round, that's great. But if they lose this round, the economy is going to really hurt on the final round of the half. So they really want to put this one away. They want to try to make it 7-5, but holy cow, a nade that hits 3 people. That's certainly going to hurt at the beginning of a round. Oh, however, Munoz trying to get in quick. Not able to find that kill quite yet. SUNYP in that 5v5, they've got a lot of commitment toward mid, but Wayne State does too. So this is arguably a mechanical matchup here.
So many elements for SUNYP, though. There's just so many ways they could outplay this by hitting their ultimate button, but it looks like they want to save them. It's interesting because there's only 2 rounds left, so you could use 2 here and be fine. Like, Seekers would be a great choice right now just to get some more information.
Right, and Gunshot finds 1. Gunshot not going to find 2, went a little bit too far on the left there, but the 1-for-1 trade, very good, especially when Poro's coming in hot, able to find 2 eliminations of their own. Munoz finds Woj, and as long as Munoz is alive, I keep saying it, the round is not won quite yet, especially in a 3v2. Only 1 kill shy of turning this around. They go for the spike plant early. They've got a couple of abilities here and there. The heal is at the ready all the same. There's those Seekers you asked for just a moment ago. They're going to be traded out with a Lear, able to help Munoz, but he does not kill it in time. Currently flashing that back corner. Poro will find a kill. Poro finds the 4th and final kill of the round, and SUNYP will go up 8-3. Things are looking good in the first half of Split.
They are for SUNYP, and there, Wayne State, maybe if they use the Resurrection, I don't know if they could really find one there because of the positioning of where their comrades had fallen, but if they find that Res, they're able to get 3-3, especially when the other stage has already fallen. You can win that. I mean, it was a great rotation onto point. It was a great positioning. It was just the Seekers coming out, separating the Reyna completely, was blinded for so long that by the time they finally were able to get out of it, the guiding light came in and immediately they were CC'd again, and their partner fell in the meantime. So they got split up, and the ability usage there from SUNYP is a bit too much for Wayne State to sustain. And it looks like that 9-3 lead is very, very probable, just because of the ult economy that's still there for SUNYP.
Yeah, I think you've made a great point. It's not just possible, it is probable. It is most likely going to happen here. We're going to be seeing SUNYP make this aggressive half, and maybe Wayne State really clutches out in the second half, but that's a big, big maybe. They've really been struggling here on Split. A bit of an early nade commitment from Poro, but I mean, hey, it scares them off at least a little bit. However, you've given away your location in that same breath. Peach finding Munoz, that playmaker, excuse me, eliminated on the side of Wayne State. This has suddenly become so much harder to win.
There isn't a be the showstopper, though, as Ernie shows going to be stopped.
Yes.
Oh, he's going to find one.
Oh, the counter showstopper! Oh, the Viper's pit. I mean, it's the last round. It was gonna be eliminated no matter what. But oh man, Poro finds that Viper. You've got Rez. I don't think Rezica Viper's going to bring back the pit, but I mean, you're more than welcome to try. Feej finds 1, Gutshot finds another, and SUNYP, they are going up 9-3 on the first half.
It was the way that was done for Poro that surprised me more than anything else. I mean, it was a great elimination, too. Being able to take out the Viper and the Viper's pit all in one.
Yeah.
I mean, that's beautiful. Unfortunately, it also means that Taunt will have that alt usage thing. You know, when it's active, it's green. I mean, you're colorblind, so you can't see it. So it's really only a me problem right now. You do see it, okay.
I see the outline.
There you go. So, yeah, that's a thing. But it was the way it happened. It was like slow motion because they hit the first blast pack and they got up pretty high. And then they used the second one and they were just like floating there. And I'm thinking, you're super vulnerable. Like, this could be you taken out. But instead, Poro just able to land the showstopper, able to get to that 9-3 potential lead, make it a reality. And SUNYP, after a very, very close match, they could start running away with this one.
If Wayne State wants to keep this close, if they want to stay alive here, it's right here, right now. It is this pistol round that will set the momentum for the entirety of the second half. Whether it's 4 rounds, whether we go all the way to another overtime, depends on right here, right now. Taunt is going to have a great one-way smoke there. Knows somebody's in the area. I think tapped them a little bit, but Jake chooses to run through, goes for that slow engage. Great sneak around on the one-way here. I don't think they're going to catch this Viper off guard, though.
Let's see if they're caught off guard. Oh, they are not, and that's a greatly timed Poison Orb to set up a one-way.
Completely blocked all sight lines there, and I love everybody using that bat. I have it too. It's the first Valorant that I've ever bought, and I love it. I think it's so cool. But anyway, back to business. Wayne State, they found themselves up 5-4, and yes, do not be fooled. There is no Viper's Pit here in the pistol round. That is a visual bug that actually we don't have to worry about for the rest of this round because she's gone. Munoz is going to find that elimination onto Peach. Gut shot takes out that kill, and Poro goes for the spike plant. Oh, I think Wayne State's going to win this one though. They've got such a health advantage right now.
And they have pretty good positioning around the spike too. They could just try to force the defuse.
That's what I'm thinking.
Good shot has to stay alive. I don't know what the cooldown is on their orb. If they get that up, it might be okay. Oh.
They healed Woj back up because Woj was in the 30s or 40s, I think, and now they're healed back up. Zobi going for the defuse. It looks like it was going to be a bit of a bait. Oh, Woj finds a great kill onto BB, and all of a sudden it's a 2v1, so something that started off so strong, going to end so poorly. Zobi goes for the headshot kill onto Woj. It is like a 6 HP raise in a dream. Goes for the hero play, but just can't find it. Zobi gets the defuse and the kill, giving Wayne State that first pistol round. They are still in the game.
They are still in the game, and now they should be able to get another round, make that lead only 9-5, which is a lot closer in the grand scheme of things. It was an interesting play there by Wayne State. They split up, and they tried taking different angles, and I thought, oh, that's not the way to play. But Poro actually, because of that, rotates so far away that they are not anywhere near the spike. And they also got it to half, so that was a very easy defuse attempt. Now the gun's going the way of the winners of that round, but it's actually still going to be a buy from SUNYP. They want to catch them off guard. They want to win this one out.
The wall to get the orb is I mean, it's not just to get the orb, but it definitely seemed like that. A bold play, to say the least. You wall off a site, but I don't like using the wall too early unless it's through mid, because if nobody comes to that site, you've used a really powerful util. But, you know, to each their own. I'm certainly no Sage player, so they certainly know more than I do. However, we are ducking through mid. Like I said, that mid wall would have been huge. Munoz down to can only be 20 HP, and it looks like it's going to be the Sage waiting on the other side of ropes. Hopefully, SUNYP doesn't get too aggressive, but Zobi with a double judge play. That is going to be phenomenal. I love the judge. I can't say it enough, and it looks like Zobi does too, because they've got that raised gun buddy on there. Love to see it. This is going to be a really difficult round for SUNYP to win, and I think they force bought here.
Yeah, it was a bit of an aggressive decision.
No.
The Woj, can get two.
Won't find
this is actually
more, though.
Very winnable, but they're getting collapsed from like both sides.
Cosmic Divide, you won't do it. Cosmic Divide right now. No, I'm just kidding. Please don't do that. Don't waste the ultimate. Oh, they also don't have it. What am I saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's been a long day, folks.
If they did, though, it'd be a power move.
It would have been pretty crazy. TBH. Don't drop. You can never make that mistake. It's something that even people at the pro level don't consider, but it's my #1 fear of this map is utilizing ropes. If you are in a 1v2 or a 1v1, assume somebody is there, especially at the last place you were seen as mid. I avoid those ropes like the plague unless it is the beginning of the round or I'm 100% sure nobody's going to be there.
So because of that decision to go for that very aggressive buy, try to catch off Wayne State off guard, this isn't a bonus round. This could have been where they just buy up and are able to coast pretty easily on their weapon superiority. Instead, they're going to actually be going in down bad. They're only going to have sidearms.
Oh my goodness, what a play! Oh my goodness, precision-based shooter right there. Oh my goodness, what an amazing play from the Rays to take out a Sage early on. Now a 5v3. This looks like this still could be a bonus round for SUNYP right now. Able to find 2 eliminations.
I might have lost that once again. I just lost him, unfortunately, in my feet. But Poro continues to lay the smackdown. Finally taken out. This Reyna now has awoken, able to get the heal orb online, but now is the last person standing. The overheal is there, so they have quite a lot of health to work with. 150. Basically has the full armor. And there is, again, Septilon just lagging it a little bit. Yeah, it looks like we lost him. But as we continue this now, the overheal has disappeared, is dissipating, and Jake continues to play ring around the rosy, but able to land the headshot. 3 members assisted it.
Am I back?
You are back.
Okay, just a little hiccup that time. Oh my goodness, I was so mad for a moment, but okay. I'm back, at least for a second. Either way, SUNY Poly, they're looking great. They're 3 rounds short of winning split. This is obviously the most one-sided map we've had so far, and SUNY Poly, I mean, they've got the ults to make this a very quick round if they choose to use them.
I feel like we're just subliminally being told to watch Arcane of all of the close-up shots on it. It's a great show, though. I have seen it. It is a great show. And I also
It's
like
on
the
my
glimpse.
list.
But anyway, back to the game. That was crazy. I mean, you said it yourself. Like, that felt like a bonus round when they were down weapons. However, it's still like they win that, and they're still not able to fully buy here. They only have, I believe, 1 real assault rifle. I think 1 Phantom to their name. Everyone else rocking either a sidearm or those SMGs. So SUNY Poly still isn't a disadvantage this round.
Oh my!
The last one.
Munoz did not think the second round of those nades were going to hit, but they're down to 65 HP after that. Boro takes a little bit of damage as well, but not nearly as much. Munoz gets healed up, but there's no shields now. So that nade had a really big impact.
It did. Can the rest of SUNY Poly have the same amount of impact is what we're looking for right now. They have that showstopper. They have the Cosmic Divide. Woj might be trying to set up for it now. No, just trying to control mid. And this is very intriguing because SUNY Poly, they're completely split this map. They're going for A, but they're also pushing through mid.
Oh, the push through mid looks like it is not exactly going to be paying off. However, I think that was one around through A. And now Wayne State gonna have to try and eat a showstopper, which they somehow do. I'm not sure how Munoz just lived through that.
It just went straight past them. It looked like it went through the doorway instead. And Zoe this time, they are going to land theirs. It's a 4v2. 3v2, actually.
You're right. That's definitely what happened. I was thinking it hit the wall, and I was like, how did Munoz live? You're right. That angle, it went straight through that doorway. That is unfortunate. Definitely an accident, but a painful one nonetheless. Munoz finds Poro, and now Wayne State, they find their 6th round win. 4 more to tie it, and they've got a good economy advantage right now. Poro still can't full buy. I think they're the only player on the side of SUNY that can't, but Wayne State, they've got a full buy on their hands.
And if Wayne State is able to get back into this, they owe SUNY Poly a great deal. Thanks for going for that very aggressive second round after the half. It has just continued to haunt the economy of SUNY Poly since then. They have not been able to full buy. This is basically the closest they've gone to it, and it will be Poro on a Spectre. So the Spectre versus the Judge. Everyone else has full armor, full rifles. Yet the ability buys still not going to be full for SUNY Poly, which means they're probably going to rely a bit on their ultimates here, which they still do have 2 of.
Taunt has been loving this mid site. We've seen some great utilization with these one-ways especially, but I feel like, I don't know, I feel like Wayne State plays very in a different mindset than I normally do. I'm not a huge fan of this like pre-util commitment without really knowing somebody's there. I think the wall is okay, or I think a nade is okay, but for Taunt to be using everything and more right there in the midfield is going to be a little bit rough. Taunt, however, does find a kill, so maybe I'll just shut up for a minute. Munoz is able to find Peach as well, so Wayne State looking really strong here. I'd love to see Zobi just guarding ropes. The Judge is somehow going to win the long-distance firefight. I think Woj went for the reload there and paid the price of their life for it. Now Wayne State in a 4v2 matchup. Boro desperate to find it, but can't pick it up. Jake finds one. This playmaker for SUNY Poly has to make the magic happen right here, right now.
Is there any magic to be found? Still has the lockdown, but there's just
no.
so many. I mean, like, look at the rotation. They know that Jake is there.
Nope, dead. Even if Zobi still had the Judge there, that was death. You were sub 50. Zobi was close enough to make the magic happen with or without that shotgun. And I mean, we said Wayne State, if they wanted to stay in the series, they needed to turn around the second half. And SUNY Poly falling into that same curse. Their second half is just rough.
Yeah, and here's the thing: is they have chosen, or they haven't chosen, but they have been on defense to start every time, and it feels like their defense is always where they're able to march forward. This time they had a very, very good start, but since then, only 1 round since the side swap, and that's been 5. So Wayne State, they've just been able to build back up their lead, or at least get close to being back in the lead. And this economy, again, it's just so bad for SUNY Poly.
That slow was phenomenal. Peach could have peeked that and gotten right back, but the slow caught him out. Munoz was able to capitalize, and Wayne State, they're looking to put an 8th one on the board. 3 rounds ago, when I said only 6 to tie it up, that was kind of a joke a little bit, but Wayne State, I mean, they have gotten to the point where it feels insanely realistic. They're going to go for a long rotate around to B site, and I think that's a great play. However, rotating back through mid was going to be a bad idea, but Jake able to find that headshot kill into Taunt is going to be phenomenal. Ties the numbers back up.
gives them a weapon too. There's Resurrection online still for SUNY Poly, so maybe if they find that, they could get a kill. A few misclicks there. Not able to find those shots.
Munoz, the trigger discipline is kind of Munoz's biggest weakness so far. We've seen that a couple of times with just random fires of the weapon that give away your location, and those are usually the rounds Munoz ends up losing a firefight.
Is silenced, so at least there's that. Like, isn't going to give away their exact location, but will. If there's anyone in the area, it would have been much more deadly. But I feel like this is going to be what could have been a great combination. But Sin is there. Cosmic Divide though still could come through.
I hope Woj doesn't Cosmic Divide, honestly. 21 HP, nobody detained. You can't even grab the spike because I assume BB's got an eye on it. Gonna be on there around that corner. The
10 seconds left.
I can't think of the phrase. Crosshair, that's the word. The crosshair was not in the proper spot. Goes for the bait defuse, finds a lot of damage actually, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. Zobi goes up and over, and Woj will fall. Wayne State putting their 8th round win on the board, their 5th of the second half alone.
This is probably going to be the first time now, finally, SUNY Poly can buy. That's 6 rounds in.
Can we just talk about how dangerous that force buy is? This is such a good example.
And it was not needed at all. You and I talked about this back on Ascent. That force buy is really when you are down, and it's like your last desperation play where you don't feel like there's anything else you can do, where the bonus round won't be enough to save you. It was so unnecessary, and it has led them to where they are now. That one decision has put them in this hole. They could still claw out of it. This really is the make or break moment. They win this, they're back on top. They lose this, Wayne State probably going to tie things up here.
Zobi with an amazing early shell kill onto Peach is going to be crucial. Taunt finds Poro, and Wayne State, I think they've got this one already. Zobi picks up Woj. Yeah, that is just simply all she wrote. Jake finds a kill, but gets traded out in the process. I'm not sure what SUNY Poly is doing wrong, but Wayne State is capitalizing on every mistake being made.
Yep, that's a Sage duel. It's going to be won by Gut Shot. They're going to bring No, they were thinking about it. I
truly hope they don't. Yeah. They're going to get caught out by ropes here. The rotation coming around. Caught out in a little bit of Viper there as well. They are just in the perfect execute position right now. Has no idea Munoz is on ropes behind them. There's the kill, and Wayne State finding that 9th round win. SUNY Poly, they've really got to be beating themselves up now.
And now they cannot buy once more, so the economy continues to reset. This is going to be Tactical Laws coming in. So this is, I believe, the second one we have seen now in this series. And
first one was from Wayne State.
What feels like a lifetime ago, based on how this map has gone. This one coming in at the perfect time, honestly, in my opinion.
I agree.
You're not going to win this round. It may have been better a few rounds ago, but there really wasn't much you could do because of that play. Like, no matter what you did, your economy was going to be a mess. So, really, that was your first chance in quite a bit, that last round, and you could not get it done. You fell apart, actually, and Wayne State was very decisively able to win it. Now you can go back to the drawing board for these next 30 seconds and try to figure out how you move forward. Not this round. This round's going to be tricky because you can't buy once more, but once you get tied up, how do you get back into the zone?
That's a great question, Jag. It really is. And the answer may be as simple as a Cosmic Divide. Both these teams, when they had Astros, I know Wayne State doesn't right now, but back when they did, they sat on these things for ages. They really tried to avoid using these divides. I don't know why. I don't know if it's a comfort thing or if it's just a strategic choice. But Cosmic Divide is a very powerful ultimate. And I think SUNY Poly, as a team, should be taking advantage of that a lot more.
I agree wholeheartedly. And we'll have to see if they do. As next round starts, really, I think the biggest thing for SUNY Poly is just find a few eliminations. If you can win a thrifty round, that'd be huge, but really just take away economy. Wayne State, and their economy is like, they're rich. They are absolutely stinking rich right now, and it's going to be so hard to break through that.
I also want to point out something I just realized. Most elims in lobby is 28 from Munoz. Second place is 19.
Wow.
Could drop a 30 and it's on the other side. So, yeah, we could very, very likely get a 30 bomb with the way Wayne State has been playing in the second half. But I feel like every game I'm saying this about a player. If Munoz wasn't here, I mean, this is one of those teams where Munoz is the reason this is so close. 28 eliminations over 19 rounds. That is just incredible.
I mean, Reyna as a character, as an agent, has one of the highest ceilings and also one of the lowest basements.
Yes.
It really is how you play her. And Sin, They start things off once again for Wayne State. Gonna use the Seekers after getting Poro.
Zobi finds Woj and gut shot finds Jake as well. I think SUNY's biggest weakness right now is they are lining up every round, and there's always somebody to take advantage of it, just every time. That's got to be the third or fourth time in this half that they have just lined up and gotten triple, quadruple killed like that.
In fairness to them, again, like, it's a gun disadvantage. They're only coming with sidearms, so really there isn't a ton you can do there. We always talk about it's better just to walk in numbers and try to find the trade if you can. That time they don't line up the way that they wanted to. They end up lining up for the enemy. They lose that round and things are tied up. This is make or break. You have given up this tremendous lead that you had. Can you find this one round? Can you shut down this Reyna? Can you get back into this?
You had a 6-round lead at one point, and now we're tied up 10-10. Munoz gonna get caught by the nade, makes the same mistake twice for some reason, gets caught out by that same part of the nade. Maybe has a little bit too much faith in that Sage player on the team there. A very slow rotation through mid, and it looks like they're gonna go storming in, taunt with that first kill onto Poro. Poor Poro keeps losing that matchup time and time again. Munoz gets healed back up, and now mid is gonna belong to Wayne State all over again.
This one way that they keep setting up here is just amazing. There's
and
no
SUNY
way
keeps falling for it.
Yeah, they sent the Trailblazer in, so like they knew that there was a Viper there. They knew there was someone. I think they just thought, like, if we peek quick enough, maybe we could take him out. But instead, it's gonna be the Seekers coming out from SUNY Poly to try to get something done, and they're still losing numbers.
This is SUNY Poly. I'm not trying to be too critical of this team, but I feel like we're to a point where they're making very small, very simple mistakes. I mean, they're lining up very often. They're pushing a one-way smoke one at a time when there's 4 of them standing there. Like, it's these mistakes that I truly think are losing them these rounds. It really is something that the team, it's almost their kryptonite to a point where Wayne State has won 6 rounds to tie up a game that SUNY Poly was dominating in the first half.
It's not over till it's over, but boy, is it looking close to it, though. Woj is able to take out Zobi. A is not open whatsoever, though. There's quite a few people there, and maybe aware to that. They want to try to do something, but there's no time.
Seconds.
So looks like, yeah, this round is going to be going the way of Wayne State no matter what.
Yeah, like save. I don't think you go for the hero play here. That's actually colossal that Munoz was so confident to peek that corner. You still lose the round, but you've dismissed another player. You dig into that economy just a little bit more, but winning 6 rounds in a row, everybody's pretty close to full creds anyway. So right now, SUNY Poly, I mean, they're still sitting on the same 2 ultimates as well. I feel like this team, the attack is like their kryptonite. It's just their weak spot.
That save does allow them to buy this round, though, because although you do see 3 light armors, everyone has a Phantom. So at least they have the equal firepower. They don't have as much sustain. They can be taken out a little bit more easily. They do have those ultimates, like you said. I think the Resurrection, like, we've seen that neither team has really felt comfortable using them just yet, and sometimes you just got to go for it.
I wholeheartedly agree. Sometimes you just got to go for it. You get ultimates about twice every half of the game, and I want to see teams just go for it with those ults. We see Cosmic Divide finally making an appearance. I'm a fan of where it was put. Honestly, I think that was very intelligent to put it there. You open up the, you open up the point completely for free, or you bait the entirety of Wayne State to go to that point. So it's a bit of a win-win. However, it looks like SUNY, they're really going to try to stick it. I almost think it'd be funnier if they put it up and then just ran to the other side.
That's it, like sticking it to the man, like, you think it's here? Not just kidding, but I haven't decided to do so just yet. Looks like they might be rotating now.
Peach calls an open mid and they begin the rotation. Absolutely. That seems to be what's going on here. And everybody is on B site right now as far as they're concerned. They're about to get into a very rude awakening that Wayne State's not going to fall for a play like that. Peach about to meet a crosshair, but Taunt was not lined up. Peach is the one to find that kill confirm, and now you're tied back up at that 4-4.
Yeah, Taunt just hesitating a little bit because their crosshair wasn't where they wanted to be. Now they've taken out Sin. All of a sudden, the floodgates have opened up for this A site, or this B site approach, excuse me. That's the Resurrection. And SUNY Poly, 5v3 advantage.
Let's see if they're able to hold on to it. The 3 players left alive have an ultimate to each of their names. The Resurrection could be huge here. I think bringing somebody back to life right now would be a decent call. And there it is. But unfortunately, Zobi makes that ult completely not worth it. Munoz has an ult of their own. Peach comes through, and now 2 eliminations already in favor of this Sky. That I feel so bad. I think that res was a great call, but you lost somebody in the same breath, and
Unfortunately, it just meant nothing at the end of the day. SUNY Poly, for the first time in what feels like eons, putting a round win away and tying things back up. They've got a good economy now, too. They can finally start playing the game again.
6 rounds since their last win, finally. And this is exactly what they needed, right? At the end of the day, you always call it the Valorant factor, remembering how to play the game when it matters most. This is the deciding map. This is a very important regular season game to see where you end up in terms of playoff seeding. And this is also a rematch, a revenge matchup for Wayne State, who lost to SUNY Poly in last year's playoffs in that 3rd place matchup. There's so much on the line here. This feels like an overtime game. Like, both these teams win more, and we're going to extra rounds again.
I 100% agree that we're most likely going to overtime. And I want to talk about it as well. I touched on this right at the start, but let me say it again. Both these teams, they're 5-1. And you're thinking, oh, a team goes 5-2, whatever, it's not the end of the world. But seed placement in playoffs is crucial. It is unbelievably important to get as high on that seeding list as you can. So a loss this deep in the season is going to be, I mean, it's going to hurt, obviously. Any loss is going to hurt. But when you've made it this far, you've made it to that 5-1 lineup, you want to make that a 6-1.
You do. Let's see if you can get there, though. Ultimates on both sides. Both teams have a showstopper. SUNY Poly, that they do have the lockdown. So you use it early. It looks like that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to try to create separation on this point. There it is. And it's going to trigger SUNY Poly to use immediately a showstopper. And it is going to take out the top fragger.
That's huge. I can't remember a round that Wayne State has won when Munoz goes down. He has, or they have been the impact maker of a lifetime. Gutshot is going to be able to find a spike plant. I feel like we haven't seen one of those in ages either, so the plant will come through. Already 5v3 for SUNY Poly. They've got complete control. Okay, a little less control of A site, but they've still got a majority. Poro on the corner. Gonna miss that shot, but still finds the kill. Phantom, not known for its long distance, but the damage has been done. Now playing a little bit of chicken there, jumping out in front of that Sky's weapons. A flash comes through, and you peek the corner. There's the kill from Peach. Another great nade as well from SUNY Poly. Poro. Oh?
Oopsie daisy.
Oops. Yeah, I guess. That was a very confident play from Poro, but I don't think that ended how they wanted it to.
No, I do not think it did. It's not the end of the world in the end because you still have enough economy to buy. Everyone has enough credit, so everyone can buy for themselves.
They're going to be so bad we respect hitting them for that. I know it.
On the other side, Zobi going to have to decide, do they want the Judge or do they want the Spectre? Actually able to get the Phantom after someone buys for them. Wayne State, they lose this. Like, this is their last stand for this game. They lose this, it's all over. They win it. We go to a second extra rounds.
If the Valorant factor is going to kick in for Wayne State, this is it. This is their only opportunity to turn things around. This is their final hour, their swan song, if you will. Now it's going to be all about that first elimination, unless it's a trade, of course, then it's much less impactful. But if one of these players can get a kill and live to tell the tale, that just flips momentum so aggressively for their team.
Can you just imagine, though, like, you came back this far in the series, down so many rounds, just to like not even make it to overtime. Like,
that would hurt.
They've battled back so far to get to this point. The fact that they're here is incredible. Like, we thought this would be a blowout.
Yeah, and it's devastating, honestly, that the Viper's Pit is the only ult they have. Poro might be able to find Taunt if they're careful. Put some damage in, but not able to find the kill. Oh, I love the nade. You force the rotation. I don't think... No, they did find damage. Holy cow. And they healed the Reyna. Okay, Taunt gets healed up by the Sky. Okay. Whew, I was real scared for a second. I felt very bad for that Viper player. But, oh, Poro's definitely beating themselves up. They were a bullet shy of getting a kill there.
Bullet shy, potentially ending the series too. That could have been what opens the gates, but still everyone there. But Sin is able to win that. Poro not able to land the shots.
Poro's crosshair.
Attackers are on the back foot.
The crosshair was not in the right spot. Now only 10 seconds left. Oh, I think Wayne State's got this one. Jack, you called it. I am almost positive we are going to that overtime. 6 seconds left, and Munoz is just having a field day. The Viper's Pit makes an appearance. Peach finds a kill, but you've got 1 second for a 4-second plant. Not happening in any game, any day. Wayne State, they force us to our second overtime, our second map in a row. These teams, this literally could not be closer. This is as close as it gets.
It also could not go much further. Well, let's see which team can clutch up. Last time it was SUNY Poly able to pull ahead, take home the victory, force this map number 3 in the series. There's no more second chances, nowhere to hide. Just like I said before, It's the first to win 2-round differential, so winning 2 rounds in a row doesn't help you if you lost 1 round already. It's got to be a +2 round difference. Economies continue to reset every time. Ultimates continue to reset every time, and sides reset as well. This is honestly Valorant, and I think its most purest form, because
yes,
economy, not having to worry about that means you can go for very, very risky plays. You don't have to worry about what you can do next round.
Yeah, 100%. I think you're completely spot on. And now we're going to be seeing, I mean, Munoz, probably 5 or 6 rounds ago, I said, oh, only 2 rounds short of a 30 bomb. Now only sitting at 31 because those kills were found in the last round there. So, I mean, Munoz really needs to step up that game, but it's going to be Zobi who cracks that fight open. There's Munoz with a kill of their own. Gut shot takes out Taunt with a gut shot, believe it or not. It's 4v3 in favor of Wayne State, excuse me. The spike is available. Munoz trying to open up that point. Jake, though, finds Zobi. Ooh, 3v3 lineup. Sage alive on both sides. The rest of the agents are going to be different. Jag, I truly do not know who's going to walk away with this round win.
It's interesting because right now you can see SUNYP Poly, they're trying to go for a split approach, but they're about to walk into 2 members of Wayne State. If they win this defenseman's round, they lose this, going their way, and BB able to take 1. The trade isn't there, but they're hiding in the corner.
BB just plays the bait there. Like you said, hiding in the corner. Poro's never going to expect that, and Sim finds the kill. Yeah, I think Wayne State's got this in the bag. Jake is about to walk right into the line of sight. No! Jake, what is that? 11 HP? No, let's... Oh, my goodness. Put the turret out. Put the turret out. It kills. I'm almost positive. If not, it distracts long enough for you to kill, but no, Sin on the spray and pray down the corner makes all the difference.
It looks like they had the turret in their inventory, so I agree with you. That would have been the perfect play. Just line it up there, and at best, it could pretty much just take away any attempt there for Sin to try to reach out. They're going to have to take that battle against the turret before they can do anything else, but so they just try to take the battle into their own hands, and as clutch as Jake has been throughout the entirety of the series there, it was not meant to be in Wayne State. After a crazy comeback, look at those rounds, are only 1 round away from taking this revenge series.
That's so insane how much they've pulled this map back. What were we at, 9-3 at one point?
Yep.
And now we're in overtime with Wayne State winning? Things are looking good. That's really all I can say. Things are looking good for Wayne State right now. Peach tries to go for a shot, but in a first-person shooter, the high ground always has a mild advantage. You know, less of their body can be seen, but Jake doesn't need an advantage. He will find Munoz and take them offline early. Top frag gone. Can't remember a round that Wayne State has won when Munoz was the first to fall. Let's see if they can break that curse.
Will the curse come into fruition? Zobi has to be very careful. Someone behind that wall. Spike is planted. No.
No way! No way! Timing is everything. That's what they love to say. And oh, that just proved it in a single breath. Zobi, wow, finds the head, the only thing that could have been shot there, and finds it nonetheless. Woj puts down Sin. The quick rotation on the corner. Zobi is able to find 1, taken out by Poro now, and Poro puts it away. That's going to be a 13-13 double overtime, 2nd map in a row. SUNY Poly, they are not going down without a fight.
Overtime.
No, they are not, and oh boy, I had said this to you before, but we had 14 extra rounds, which I think is like a 7 overtime rounds in total if you think about those 2 together. I'm wondering how long this one can go. The other one on Scent wrapped up pretty quickly compared to most overtimes. This one, though, we talked about this all game. SUNY Poly seems to struggle on attack. It feels like Wayne State is the same. It seems like Wayne State, like, I mean, you look at the rounds that are won by both teams, it's like almost a mirror. So both teams definitely prefer defense, and with that, SUNY Poly should probably feel like they have the edge currently.
I agree, and that nade actually might find a little bit of damage. It looks like, yeah, just a bit on the Munoz, but every bit counts, especially in a double overtime matchup like this one. I think if SUNY Poly wins this, if they find a kill early, if they win this round, the next one feels almost free for them. It feels like they've really picked up. They found some comfortable footing. Munoz able to find that rotation into ropes, however. Trying to check somebody, but not able to pick them up yet. Very slow burn round because everybody knows a small mistake could be the fatal one.
Especially when it's like the win condition is 2 rounds in a row, so you make one mistake that puts the whole poetry in motion. Then the team just get on that momentum train and ride it all the way down. It's all that it takes, that first elimination. It could be the most vital one. And look at this positioning right now. Taunt, or no, it's actually Woj on point. No one's looking.
Oh, had they found 2, I would have loved it, but the trade doesn't really save the day, unfortunately. It's going to be that 4-4. The point's still open. Munoz on the heavens, sends out an aggressive leer, not able to find anything off the corner. Jake puts down Sin, but now it's going to be Munoz rotating in, trying to find this round win for Wayne State. That kill is going to be a good one. Munoz is able to find all 3 of them! Oh, amazing there. Wayne State keeps the dream alive. No, Wayne State doesn't keep the dream alive. Munoz keeps the dream alive. Now they are 1 round shy of the revenge story coming true once again.
Yep, this is again their win scenario. Couldn't get it done last time. This is another chance. I cannot let it slip away. You get so few chances in overtime, honestly, just because of how the win condition works. No more golden round. Should be a lot quicker, but also a lot less fair here. Both teams get a shot on either side. I'm going to notice that BBO1 going to go for that Odin play, which you don't really see a lot of on splits, but depending on how they play this, how the stage decides to play, it could work wonders, but they are not anywhere near right now where it looks like.
You know, opposite Ascent, I always feel like Split's made out of concrete. I can never get wall bang kills here. Like, it feels impossible. But Jake and Peach, they're getting a couple kills of their own. Munoz with the immediate 2-2 trade. Gonna have almost, 5 unique agents online right now, but a Sage on both sides. Munoz gets slowed out, might get caught up by Poro, but finds the round win, finds the fight, and now it's going to be the wall going up. SUNYP, they are in a rough spot. Wayne State, they are looking unbelievably good, but Woj turns it around, able to find that headshot kill onto Taunt with a quick rotation in. Going to be a very aggressive 2-2. Gunshot finds BB. It is on the shoulders of Munoz to find not 1, but 2 eliminations. Gunshot with the rotate. Able to bait it out. They know exactly where this Reyna is. She goes for the quick rotation. Able to find it. It's going to be the 1v1 in Empress form. Munoz, are they going to end this with an ace? Only time will tell. Woj just around the corner. The spike planted. They go for the defense, but Woj gives away their location. And it's going to be Munoz who finds it, puts it down, finds the ace, and Wayne State is going to win. Not only... Wait, are they?
The spike, it's going to go on.
No! 0.41! 0.41 seconds! Are you kidding me? Oh, what a way to end a series. Wayne State wins it all. 2-1, 15, or what was it, 14-12 with an ace, less than a second on the clock. Oh, my heart rate's insane.
15-13 when it was all said and done.
Whatever
but
it was great.
Yeah, we're not good at them anyway. And I feel like you said it the round before, like, you're like, it's not Wayne State getting done. It is Munoz who gets it done there. The ace, the less than half a second to get that spike defused. It's so clutch. I mean, that's all you could ever want out of a duelist player. That is the hard carry at its best. And despite the fact that it seemed like I can't believe it seemed like the Wildcats would get it done. It seemed like they had split in the bag after that amazing first half. Wayne State, they battled back from a 9-3 to win 15-13. That is absolutely mind-blowing.
We just need to consider that in the 2 rounds that they needed to win, 10 eliminations were available. Munoz found 8 of them.
That's crazy.
That is how that happened. An ace and a 3K in the round beforehand. That truly was Munoz just picking the entire team up and walking across the finish line. But we're going to throw to a super short break before we call it a night. We are going to have an interview with one of the players from the winning team, and we'll be right back in just a couple of minutes.
Ever did, the odds is real big, jobs that's real big, Satan trying a little, my God is real big, stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big, I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live, and I promise I'm trying to, before you count me out, homie, let me remind you, they was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to, counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you, let me rewind to, back when I was broken, I couldn't acquire 2 cents, and now I got 2 rents, they was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 Wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, job that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, job that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, job that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome back. After an insane 2-1 series going into double overtime 2 times in a row, we are here with Wayne State, Sky, and something else player, and I don't remember the other one, Sin. Sin, tell me, man, a simple question, but after an insanely close matchup, I mean, how do you feel after that?
My heart's racing. I know that that very last round, I mean, there was a lot of noise that happened in here. We were all screaming, kind of freaking out after we got that last kill, so that was all good. But no, it was a great game and felt great.
Yeah, not much more can be said on that besides it was, in fact, very, very terrific. This was a bit more personal for you guys. This was a rematch of last semester's third place matchup. You guys were able to get some revenge today, able to avenge that loss. So how does that feel? Was that what you guys were focused on, or were you more focused on just finishing out the rest of this season strong?
I guess the biggest thing is, yeah, it felt great, like, obviously. I guess I didn't have the same emotions personally just because I wasn't on this team last semester, but yeah, it was great to get that dub in regards to what happened last year and such. But Most of the time, well, excuse me. I'd say the best thing is we just got the dub and we're ready to move on to next week.
Yeah, Sin, I don't get why you're acting tired, man. You're acting like you just played 3 rounds of Valorant going into double overtime twice or something. What's that all about? No. So I do want to ask, though, we're not quite to that playoffs threshold yet, but we're very close. Do you think you guys are going to be able to maintain this 1-loss situation up into playoffs?
I think it's very doable. I honestly think whoever we play against, every single match, there can be a winner to either side of it. I think every team in this conference is very skilled, and I think we can easily, I wouldn't say easily, but we can feasibly get the get the rest of the wins throughout the season, or we could lose them out. I guess it just depends when the time comes. But yeah, we're ready to, just move on and see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Sin, one more question, a very simple one. I even told you it was coming, so hopefully you're ready for it. But is there anybody you want to thank or anybody you want to shout out just before we let you go for the evening?
I guess we just got to thank the coach, Nick, and just thank the rest of the teammates for just making it a great season so far.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Sin, thank you so much for joining us. And please tell the rest of your team as well. We only get to interview one of you guys, but all 5 of you put in the work to make tonight possible. So really a huge congrats.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. And with that, folks, we are going to get to call it a night. Thanks for everybody for hanging out. I feel like we don't go to map 3s very often, let alone double overtime twice. So thank everybody for sticking around, and it has been nothing short of a pleasure. Thank you to Colton and our wonderful observers in the back line as well, making everything but our talking possible. So they have done everything else you guys have seen here today. So I always love to give them a shout out. Thank you, all of you, so much for watching. Thank you, the teams, for coming out. Check your posture, drink some water, and don't forget to love each other. We'll see you guys next time. Enjoy the rest of your night.
The only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, it's kids. That's wealth, years and years. Promise my brother, soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground and the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, it's kids. That's wealth, years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out to finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stay